sorry, but I must interrupt this show. Later, you know what it is. Hey, ham solo. It's time, baby. Low. It's time how we do. Hey. They said we said we hit. They said we said we on. They said we said we strong. They said we said we go. We say that you heard right. 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 They said we said we hit. They said we said we on. They said we said strong. They said we said we go. We say that you heard right. We say that you heard right. We say that you heard right. We say that you man, I swear that it's imminent. I've been going so hard on my penmanship. About to go in and buy me a whip. And I pull that shit fresh off the dealership. I can leave you on red like an Xbox. Got me laughing at you like you red fox. Got you chasing Hot Wheels like a matchbox. EA running the game and it don't stop. Super cold like I'm playing for Blizzard. Got you all in my sights like Red Dead Redemption. Never gonna slip on my pimpin'. Better get out my way, bitch, I'm on a mission. Really ain't no competition. I'm steady grilling opposition. I'm get up and ready to win. They can play it how they play, but fuck what you say. I'm getting this money today. Last of us like a dying breed. Down the ride like a noble steed. Fatality moves, I make it bleed. That's on any game, that's on any screen. Shut up and give me your money. They said we so lit. Even if I take an L, we coming back just to show that we don't quit. They said we hit. They said we on. They said we strong. They said we go.
What up, y'all? What's cracking? I don't know where the hell Loke is, but I hope everything's all right. And I hope he ends up making it here at some point. But until then, I'm here kicking it with y'all. Hope y'all are having a good day so far. What's up, Vincent Vega? I see you up in the chat. What's cracking? He said, I could swear it said 10. I'm assuming that's the time where you're at. And you thought we would be on time. Joke's on you, buddy. We're never on time. We're at least usually about a minute late, about a minute late or something like that. As of right now, about a minute or two late or something like that. But what's cracking, you guys? Your boy Ham Solo 05 Gaming here with you on the TSWS Gaming channel. I might as well go on ahead and just go and make my face a little bit bigger until Low gets it. Oh, damn, I didn't mean to make it that damn big. Oh, shit. Now I'm just covering the screen. God damn. All right. So, I don't even know if I'm liking that much, but we gonna rock with it. Anyways, I'm here talking about some different shit that's been kind of going on in gaming. You know how I do. I like to get in, talk about what's been cracking as of lately. Usually I got my boy Loke here with me to talk about all the BS that he wants to talk about. So let's go on ahead and start it off with one of the articles that he sent me earlier today. And it says right here, Rise of the Ronin. Early impressions. Team Ninjas. PS5 exclusive isn't without its shocky or shonky charm. Whatever. All right, so let's go on ahead and just kind of get into it a little bit. I'm kind of curious what it has to say about it, if it's going to be like a negative-based article or what the hell it's really going on here. But it says diluting the action of Neo and Loaded with open world busy work weekends. Rise of the Ronin's appeal, but there's a certain joy amongst all the flaws, and I'm gonna tell you what the certain joy is. In my opinion, from the jump, the only thing that kind of makes me somewhat interested in this game, especially with all these other great games kind of coming out around the same time, which, side note, I don't understand why Horizon Forbidden West is coming out on PC right around the same time as this game coming to PlayStation. Also, I mean, sure, it doesn't affect PC or whatever, but right around the time of Dragon's Dogma as well coming out, and it's just like there's always a game waiting to steal the thunder that is Horizon Forbidden West. Whatever thunder you may think it is, not a big deal to me. Not something I personally care about at all. Vincent Vega says, what flavor is the vape that I have right here? It's pink lemonade, I believe. Or like some kind of like peach or peak. What was pink lemonade, pink daiquiri, or something like that. I don't know. I need to replace it. This thing's kind of old and it's on its last bar right now. Starting to kind of taste like ass. But anyways, getting back to this article. Um, so this Rise of the Ronin. I mean, I'm personally thinking that this game is going to be really fun to play multiplayer, not exactly something that I really look forward to playing alone, to be quite honest. But let me go on ahead and tell you guys right now, I personally looked at this game for the first time and thought, whoa, long, kind of in my head. And the more it comes closer to release date, the more other people are starting to say, kind of reminds me of Wolong a little bit, maybe a little bit more clean, or maybe a little bit more of an interesting story. Because Wolong, I'm gonna tell you right now, I didn't pay attention to not a bit of that story. Didn't really care that much about it. You fight Lu Bu a few different times, and I don't know, it just kind of felt like a game that I played before. It was just prettier, and I was able to play it with my friends. So that's the only reason I got into it. And this seems like kind of the same thing, except maybe a better story, maybe a little bit better, smoother graphics or something like that. I don't know. But what's cracking? I see you up in here, Yobi. Yobi, I talk about you, man. You so goddamn supportive. Goddamn, Yobi, you are wild. I can't believe that you came through. And I woke up to a text message with you referring me to O'Shea Jackson Jr., which is Ice Cube's son, to do an interview with him. And I think that is wild that you even thought of that idea. I mean, I see how much of a gamer he is. I followed him for a little while. He seems like a really dope dude. I'd like to talk to him. I'd have no problem chopping it up with him, asking him all sorts of questions. It'd be interesting, kind of getting his. It'd be interesting getting his perspective on gaming, especially seeing that he kind of grew up around the same time. Maybe I mean, I think he's a little bit younger than me, but he grew up around the same time with gaming and whatnot. And I'm just kind of curious what he all had during that time period, what he really got into. Um, I'm assuming PlayStation was a big deal. I'm wondering how much he was into Xbox, or maybe he's into Nintendo. He seems to be a versatile type of person. I mean, bro is into WWEs and the anime. I mean, it'd be dope talking to that person. No doubt. I'd love to interview him. What up, DJ Berto Das? What's cracking? Good to see you. Thanks for pulling up to the stream. Stanley Francois, another one of those brothers out here that's been rocking with your boy Ham Solo since damn near day one. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much as well. Lady Foxfire, can't forget about you. You've been rocking with your boy Ham for quite some time, sending nothing but them fire comments in the chat, and also a pretty fun person to actually sit back and chat with. I've been on a few podcasts with you as well. Good to see you. Good to see you. Stank Ma, another one of them brothers that's been here since day one for your boy Ham Solo. You know, it's wild. It's wild that it shows there's only like 10 people watching on the actual YouTube channel, but there's like 50 there's like 40 other people watching off of Twitter, apparently. I'm not sure if those numbers are right or what's kind of been going on with Twitter, because I've been sharing these streams over to Twitter for a little bit of time now, and all of a sudden these numbers are starting to bump up. I don't know what Elon's got going over there. I've yet to see really anything pop up in the chat from anybody that's actually watching on Twitter. So I don't even know if those are real views or not. I've never seen any chatter or nothing. I haven't seen nothing come from Twitter. So I am not really believing this whole thing. I think they're just kind of trying to make people excited that Twitter is something that you could stream on or something like that right now. I don't really know if there's 40 other people actually watching the stream, because I've never heard anybody say anything in the comments under Twitter that I didn't already know. So I think those are cap. I think that those numbers are BS. I don't completely believe that at all. I think it's something shady kind of going on with Twitter and pumping the numbers, because it shows right now that I'm getting like 17 viewers from Loke's channel. I'm getting 17 viewers from my Twitter page, and I'm getting 10 viewers from TSWS Gaming's Twitter, and that Twitter doesn't really do anything other than post this show via the stream and also post whatever. Like, I don't know. I think it's kind of sketchy though. I definitely I mean, I guess so, but I don't think Loke pays for the blue. I'm actually going to go on ahead and check that real quick. Let's go on ahead. I'm going to bring y'all with me for it as well. So let's go on ahead and look at Loke's page. Yeah, he doesn't have no blue Twitter mark on his page at all. And I am showing on my Streamlabs that I'm getting 19. It's like going hand for hand with Lokes for whatever reason. I'm getting 20 now. He's getting 19 off of Twitter. Like, I don't buy any of these viewers because I haven't got any follows from people. I haven't got anybody coming over to this actual YouTube to hit the subscribe button or anything like that. I'm just trying to keep it a buck with you guys. You'll probably hear other podcasters going ahead and say, man, we have all these people watching, especially from Twitter. Things are really popping off over there. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's cap. It's absolute BS. It seems like almost anytime I mention the word Twitter or X, like the numbers just shoot up a little bit more. it's absolute bullshit. I wouldn't buy any of that stuff, and I don't pay nobody or nothing for fake views or fake likes or anything like that. I keep it a buck all the damn time. I don't care if I have 3 people watching, 10 people watching, 20 people watching, 150 people watching. It's the same goddamn ham every time. Yep, same damn flavor. Deal with it. I appreciate those of you guys that actually do rock with me in the reality that we're here, not all these crazy boasted fake numbers that I'm seeing I'm going through here. But anyways, let's kind of get back to these stories. So back to the Rise of the Ronin thing that's been popping off over here. So let's kind of get into the article a little bit deeper, because I'm kind of curious why they are, kind of hitting it over the head right before the game even comes out. So it's like a little bit of, it's kind of disrespectful, right? Like who really got their hands on it? And maybe this person did get a little review copy and was just like, yeah, this isn't as hot as I thought it was gonna be. I mean, I find it interesting that a game like Sea of Thieves, that's like 7 years old, is outperforming this game, Dragon's Dogma as well, and Stellar Blade on the actual PlayStation console itself. But let's continue reading this actual story. So it says, stalking abroad an American ship, and assassinating a small army worth of the foreign navy is a strong start to, or is a strong way to start a game. You're a mix of a ninja samurai trained and honed into a deadly weapon pointed at a. Man, I gotta zoom this in because I cannot see these. Let me see on this. Let me move to this screen and read over here. It's gonna be a lot easier. Zoom this in. I'm starting to feel like an old man now because I gotta squint when I read and shit. It ain't cool. Sorry. Damn, microphone's in the way now. All right, let's see. Try to move this wire. All right. So it says, you are a mix of a ninja and samurai trained and honed into a deadly weapon pointed at an interfering force set on undermining your country's autonomy, switching between your custom-made main character and their blood brother blade twin as you hunt down your admiral target and the stakes in Rise of the Ronin are clearly defined off from the off. What? From the off? This is a crucial time for Japan. The country stands on the edge of revolution, and the sun is setting on the age of the samurai. You're a relic, the last vestige of a culture being forced to adapt or die. And in many ways, that theme mimics Team Ninja's position as it gets ready to release Rise of the Roman. Like all compromises, the result carries both pros and cons. Going further, I like the Neo games. In fact, I love them. I think they are determined underdogs that make a good scrap for FromSoft's action RPG crown. The flaws in Neo 2, and Wolong are offset by the tight adrenaline fueled combat com- that compromises that comprises so much of the experience. So what if the levels are a bit naff when the swordplay is so excellent? So what if the enemies get to reuse in uninspired remixes when the boss fights are so extraordinary? The games give more than they take, and I laud them for it. Rise of the Roman dilutes so much of the exemplary combat with a watered down open world that reminds me more of uh, derivative Far Cry formula than anything more exciting like Ghost of Tsushima or Elden Ring. That's an interesting thing to be said right there. So they're saying it kind of feels like rinse and repeat a little bit, because I mean that's kind of the feeling sometimes you get after playing Far Cry for a little while. What's cracking, Mahmood? Thanks for cracking or cracking the door and coming through, brother. I appreciate it. Yeah, Big Mad Mo, good to see you as well, brother. But yeah, so they're kind of saying that this game is fun, but the formula kind of is rinse and repeat so far, and it's not as exciting as like a Ghost of Tsushima. I did like certain aspects of Ghost of Tsushima, definitely with the um when you start a fight, or you could actually like whistle a fight at first and just kind of call people on over to pretty much do like a duel. I thought that was pretty innovative and dope. Elden Ring, of course, is dope in so many levels, except the multiplayer. I think it's kind of a pain in the ass when it comes to Elden Ring. I really like that game, though, and I can't wait for the Shadow of the Erd Tree to drop. I'm actually going to be rebuying Elden Ring on PC in the near future, because they have a mod where you can kind of just run openly with friends and be able to play on there. And I'd like to be able to play Elden Ring more openly and with friends and stuff like that. I already beat the game. Got to, got to sit in the chair and everything like that. Became the Elden Lord, or whatever that is. That last stupid boss fight was annoying as hell. But yeah, the game was fantastic. It was the first Souls game that I actually got into. But it definitely seems like Rise of Ronin doesn't have that kind of that kind of like characteristic that makes a game just like needed. Like you have to have this game. Um, but it doesn't sound bad because I like Far Cry. So and I do like the multiplayer ability of being able to play Far Cry. So when you say it kind of has a Far Cry formula, you're not telling me not to get the game, because I like Far Cry. But at the same time, I don't hold Far Cry to the same level as I hold obviously like an Elden Ring, which gave me the first time into beating a genre that I genuinely don't really like playing. And it has me actually trying out like Sekiro and other games like that. Ghost of Tsushima just did stuff differently. I hear people saying, and in fact, I seen my buddy Vinny post earlier on Twitter that that people were comparing Ghost of Tsushima to like what was it, Assassin's Creed, and I'm like, how the hell do you do that? I mean, in Ghost of Tsushima, when you're doing your sword work and beating down people, I mean, some of those people are kind of tanky in there, but they're also usually oversized or overloaded with armor when they're super duper tanky. In Assassin's Creed, it's like level like super duper level based to where you could go up and do a sneak attack on a level 22, and if you're level 19, then it was like you just ripped some hair out of his armpit. It hurt, but it ain't killing him at all. So it's just like, to me, that's a kind of a weird comparison. Like, I get you use swords, you can run around and whatnot, but like the samurai aspect in Ghost of Tsushima is very much evident compared to something like an Assassin's Creed, where it's like that doesn't even make any sense. Um, and plus, Ghost of Tsushima had some really, really dope boss fight moments, and the story was very, very amazing. Especially depending on kind of how you chose to end the game and stuff like that. I thought it was I thought it was a masterpiece. I thought it was a great game. I didn't actually end up beating Ghost of Tsushima until after I got a PS5 because your boy never had a PS4. I didn't rock with PS4. I was Xbox the entire generation, even though it wasn't the best generation for Xbox. But anyways, um, I guess I'll read a little bit more of this article. I'm just kind of curious what else they kind of got to say. So let me move my mic a little bit so I can read this shit. All right, it says, I heard the term icon janitor recently, apparently coined by friend of VG 24/7 Steve Burns. It refers to the act of tidying up the map system, sweeping away, go here, do this chaff in order to unlock new doors to more exciting prospects. It sums up the loop in Rise of the Roman perfectly. The major story beats, often wrangled into focused missions in close map environs like Neo levels, are great. Like combat puzzles and a boss at the end to test your metal. Well paced, compelling fun, but the padding between them is tiresome. At the start of the game, you are underpowered. Up your you need to swap up our gear after every encounter to keep pace with the accelerating stats of your peers, and hunting down rogue warriors or roving bands of bandits just feels like busy work. It lacks the punch and power of Neo or Wolong's open crawl. There's still a definite sense of Team Ninja's playfulness in the mix, at least sneaking up on cats to pet and sniffing out buried treasure always elicits a buzz of serotonin, but picking off all the other open world gubbins is rote. I've done this before in a Ubisoft or Warner Brothers game where it usually realizes where it usually realize better, to be honest. I don't want to do it here in a game with such interesting combat that I'd always rather be fighting. So, I mean, that sums it up for me enough. I don't really need to continue on through this. This dude's kind of saying this game is kind of repetitive when it comes to doing any of the side stuff, but the actual story piece of the game is pretty interesting. Kind of interested in the game still. Like I said, I wouldn't really want to play it unless it was probably in a multiplayer setting. Not really something that I'm dying to get into, especially with Stellar Yams coming through soon, and then also Also, Dragon's Dogma 2. I feel like that's a automatic gotta get kind of game. But let's go on ahead and move forward. Loke's still not here. Pretty surprised. Haven't heard anything from him. Not even a phone call. Hope bro is okay. I'm gonna check my phone real quick. No, haven't got anything from him. I hope he's all right because that is very unlike him. Usually he is very quick to tell me what's going on with him or whatever. But anyways, let's go on ahead and get to the next thing. Jeez Louise, I'm happy I got to the site before you guys had to see it because there is a lot of just random crap popping up. But now that I got it cleaned up, I got it here for you. So here's the next article that we're going to talk about. It says former Xbox exec says the words first party and third party may just disappear amid doubts about the next console generation. So I want you guys to kind of put your thoughts out there on this one as I'm talking to you, because I'm going to tell you right now that it feels like, at least since the beginning of the year, we've been hearing a lot, and I mean a lot, about the possibility of consoles being like third party and stuff like that. And if you haven't been paying attention, that's kind of what's been going down. I mean, sharing is getting to be something that we're all just kind of gonna have to kind of deal with. And as we think it's weird, they've kind of sprinkled that on top of us for a little while, but we've kind of been ignoring it. I guess is lack for the better lack for the better way of putting it. I guess so. So what I mean by that is, I know a lot of people want to say, "Oh, but PlayStation isn't giving nothing. PlayStation isn't doing anything to give back, or Nintendo isn't doing anything to help or give back." I don't know. I don't know. I mean, there's some things that kind of make me wonder, and maybe I'm kind of digging where there's nothing. But maybe maybe you think I'll make a little bit of sense for you. Let me start out with the thing that makes the least amount of sense, but could be a possibility. So, one thing that we've seen at the midway of last year, I'd almost want to say early last year, which was the lackluster share that Nintendo did with Xbox with 007 Golden. Now, remember, that game didn't end up being multiplayer, and I felt like it became a dud because of that, especially for Xbox, seeing that we were looking to be able to, play versus our friends, or play with old family members that we used to be able to, link up with and kick it with back in the days. But no, that game ended up being single player, and if you wanted to play multiplayer, you had to do couch co-op, which a lot of us that played GoldenEye back in the day, we're not couch co-oping with anybody anymore, unless it is like our daughter or sons or, in-house family members. Very rare. Maybe on Christmas or some sort of holidays are we ever couch co-oping with random family members. No one's saying, "Yo, man, when you get off of work, come through and let's play some GoldenEye." Nobody's saying that. But I'm just saying that they did, somewhat help out with that IP coming over to Xbox as well. So, little bit of sharing, maybe not a big deal, but something that I thought that was kind of notable to say. The next thing that I wanted to kind of talk about when it comes to sharing from another company other than Xbox is and I'm not going to say MLB The Show. I'm going to say Marathon. The game that's coming out for Xbox, PC, and PlayStation Day one that just so happens to be, owned by Sony. That's a game that's being shared. Nobody wants to talk about that, though. It's all quiet on the western, eastern, southern, and northern front when it comes to that. Nobody wants to talk about how Sony is funding Bungie to work on a game that's going to Xbox as well. Not a peep. But Xbox came out and said, hey, we got a few games for Switch and PlayStation. Papers start flying in the air. Windows get busted. Chairs are thrown. People are revolting. You know what I'm saying? Vincent Vega, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Sony could still cancel that game. But they haven't. They canceled a lot of other stuff. They didn't cancel the game that's going everywhere, though. They canceled games that are only going to their platform. So I just find that mad interesting. That now I've just got done talking about how Nintendo shared an IP that was only theirs for the longest time. Sure, Rare was a big deal of GoldenEye, but Nintendo had the final word when it came to being able to use it to come over to Xbox. I just gave you an example of PlayStation. Yeah, they bought a company, but look, Destiny is already on all these other consoles and they're continuing to support them. And then not just that, they got a brand new IP that they're talking about, or not a brand new IP, but a brand new game that they're talking about revisioning and remaking called Marathon that is supposed to go everywhere except maybe Nintendo. And then Xbox did the same thing with Sea of Thieves, Pentiment, Hi-Fi Rush. I don't remember the last game. I forgot it. Oh, yeah, Grounded. And then we have this former exec right here. And if you don't know who this is, slap yourself. If you don't know who this is, slap yourself. Unless you're young. If you're a big time gamer that was around during the PS3 and the 360 era, you got to know who this is. This is simple stuff. Mr. Peter Moore. All right. Mr. Sega Main. Mr. Get in the Sheets with Microsoft. Let Sony know that he ain't playing. He ain't playing. All right, but anyways, I'll read the title just one more time. Let me go on. Let me hit the chat real quick before I do that. So, yeah, you guys speak on this. What do you think about this? Yeah, let me go on ahead and just read the top. You guys answer this while I'm going through the chat and reading some of these messages. But former Xbox exec says the words first party and third party may just disappear amidst doubts about the next console generation. Yo, all I'm hearing is beep, 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 like a car backing up. Beep, beep. Uh-oh. So anyways, let me check out what y'all are saying in the chat. So Big Mad Mo, what's cracking? He says, so what I'm hearing is that Xbox had the better Ninja game. Oh, you talking about Wolong. Okay. Mad disrespectful. Okay. I see you, Mo. I see. All right. Vincent Vega says Ninja Gaiden Black was fire 20 years ago. All right. He also says hit him up last week. He set up the wrong date, brother. Brother slacking. No, he knows what time it was because he sent me today's topics. He sent me today's topics, and we chatted a little. I think bro fell asleep. I think bro fell asleep. You know what? If he fell asleep, I'm gonna let him have his rest. I don't need to get groggy loc over here. If he ain't up and he ain't ready, he ain't doing this thing. That's fine. I'll let him have a time off. I had my time off. I had plenty of time off. I'll let him. I'll let him chill. Let him cook. Let him do his thing. Let him get ready for the next day. It's late over there. It's late over there, and I don't want to. I don't want to be the bro to make him be like, ah, yeah, I don't want to do this shit. Bit. Nah, no. We ain't doing that. All right, but yeah, I definitely hope he's okay as well, Vincent. So you also say as long as we have PC, Nintendo gonna be the last standing portable console supplier. I mean that could be very true. I don't see why they wouldn't try to be. They're the only ones that haven't dabbled with PC at all. Like on purpose. I mean, they definitely had to deal with PC, the whole Yuzu and the Nuzu and the Suzus and the Juzus and the U and I don't know. All that stuff. They had to deal with all that stuff, man. Tragic. That's too bad. But yeah, I think they'll be the last ones to be kicking it. I wouldn't doubt it. Everything else is going to bend the knee to PC pretty much because they're all the hardware that they're using is pretty much a PC. And I just think it'd be more helpful for development, especially seeing that they want to drop their games to PCs. You might as well try to make your console as much of a PC as possible, so you could make developers have a much easier time making games for both platforms, whether it be yours, your enemies, or the PC itself, or handhelds. Making stuff easier for all of that. And PC and console gaming are finally at a point where like marriage is like imminent. It's so imminent. It's really blurring the lines. You also say Sony still can, oh yeah, you said that earlier. Sony can still cancel. Yeah, I don't think so. But Jason Portillo, what's cracking? Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a little bit. You said the console market hit a wall 20 years ago. Margins are getting sly. Changes are happening because of it. Or absolutely, absolutely. And you got to adapt and change if you're gonna try to get future money. You can't just keep doing the same thing over and over. I mean, PlayStation has a hold on popularity when they got a new console to drop, but it kind of hits a wall still, and they're wanting to sell software onto the console. It's cool to have the hardware, but you gotta pay a lot more to get that hardware out on the shelves and to these different suppliers, giving them their cut, yada yada. Maintaining prices worldwide with certain stuff, and then when COVID happened and there was shortages, dealing with that. It's just that's a lot to deal with, like when it comes to hardware wise. So these people are trying to, for sure, software, and their software is not looking as good as they anticipated, especially with all the hardware that they let loose. I think we all kind of know that already, but I figured I might as well reiterate. Um, Vincent Vega comes back through saying, I need to see what Marathon is first. I personally don't care for live service multiplayer games. Yup, Sony gonna need an UWP app like Xbox is on Windows. Yeah, absolutely. Um, um, that them bringing VR to PC just confirms a launcher is coming. Absolutely. And see, that's why I thought a brother told me that he heard like a rumor that PlayStation is coming out with a launcher, and I was like, that's not a rumor, that's obvious. That's what that is it's obvious, because what are you gonna do? You're gonna have your headset for it. You're making PC peripherals, and I'm saying outside of the VR, you're making PlayStation peripherals already, right? And you're making PlayStation games for PC. So it's just, what's the one thing that's missing? Launcher. So I mean, them getting a launcher would make a lot of sense. It'd make things a lot easier to deal with. It would make the compatibility with the PlayStation controller a lot easier to be able to mess around with and play with. It would. I would hope that would make a lot easier access for them to be able to license certain games for the VR itself, making it easier to not have to, use so much power out of the VR. You're just mostly using that to, you know, show off whatever's on the screen. And I mean, like, I'm kind of curious how much or like how beefy of a PC you'll need to really run that VR the way it should be ran. Because keep in mind, that thing is, supposed to be 4K 120 with HDR and, have all these, yeah, it's supposed to have all the good stuff with it, right? So I'm assuming you can't just have some crazy old card and an old, CPU and expect to run this thing anywhere near as good as your PS5 could. Let's not trick ourselves into thinking the PS5 is some piece of crap. It's a really good console. It's a really good console for a good price. I mean, same thing with the Series X, same thing with the Series S. I think the Series S is absolutely amazing for the price. It's insane how cheap that thing is, and you get some great quality fun on that. The only thing that sucks about it is the storage capacity for it. It's ass. It should have never launched with that little ass bit of storage. And as a matter of fact, I think storage in the future with these newer consoles need to be at least 4 terabytes. At least 4 terabytes. I mean, these games are way too big right now. Think of Jedi Survivor. That game was huge. Cyberpunk. The game's not even the biggest game, but it's not small. It's still like what, like 70 gigs, I think, something like that. And that's not even with the DLC. Ark Survival Evolved, that game's like 200, 250 gigs. Call of Duty, come on. Battlefront, get real. Starfield, 125. You know what I'm saying? I mean, these games aren't small. Yo, NBA 2K, what are y'all doing? Why is your game like 150 gigs? You're playing basketball. Why is it the same amount of gigs on PC as well, but a worse version? That's mind blowing. The optimization for some of these games are insane. Yes, Jason, absolutely. The Xbox SSD stick is expensive. They're like, oh, it's better than it was. It's 150 now. 150 ain't cheap, bitch. I ain't got money pouring out of my ass like I got one. Just so happened I knew or I went to a game store back where I'm from in Lincoln, Nebraska. Um, Not currently where I'm living, but that's where I'm from. And yo, I went to a store and just so happened I know the person that owned that, or I don't know him like that, but we worked with the same bosses. We have this, we talk about same jokes. He takes me in the back room and shows me the games that he has back there. Like, well, it's not even really back room; it's a whole nother floor where they actually do the like they fix consoles and do all that stuff up there, and they have just all the games that they don't have up front, especially like loose games and stuff like that. So I went up there to look at Sega CD games, Sega Saturn games, 3DO games, and that kind of shit, because they don't usually have those out in the front, especially loose copies. of those, and that's actually where I ended up finding this little sucker right here, Dragon Ball Z Legends, the Japanese version. If you can see that, yeah, that is not English, buddy, but that's where I actually ended up finding that game, and I actually got that terabyte that same day, and I only spent, I think it was like $75. But luckily, that dude's like, just bring it back and we'll give you a different one if it doesn't work or whatever. And I plugged that sucker in, and it's perfectly fine. $75. That to me is, it's not cheap, but it's fair. $150 for some memory stick, bro. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I mean, my boy Matt, I mean, God rest his soul. God rest his soul. That brother made, that bro got, I believe, external memory stick for his Series S and his Series X. Bro, that's like, I think he got it at the early time. I mean, I might be wrong, but I mean, retail price, that's $440, dog. Can't be me. That's why I only spent 75 for that stick. I was like, yo, bro. he it was marked out $90, and he's like, I'll give you 10, like 10 or whatever percent off. I don't know, like in like 15% or 20% off or something like that, and it came down, like after tax it was like $77 or something like that, and I was rocking with it. I was like, fuck yeah, man. Yeah, those things are too damn expensive. But anyways, let's get back to this article because I'm beating around the bush over here. I mean, I'm hoping Loke shows up, but he just ain't doing it. He ain't doing it today. Not doing it today. But anyways, let's get to the article. So I seen this article earlier on my phone yesterday, and I'm sorry I got to do this. I need to figure out a better place. I need to figure out a better place for this mic because this mic ain't doing very good for when I have to read. But it says Peter Moore, the former vice president of Microsoft Interactive Entertainment Business Division, who oversaw both the original Xbox and 360, has offered some fascinating insight into the current gaming landscape and the potential of future of the industry. Speaking in recent interviews with IGN, Moore expressed doubt regarding the viability of another console generation after the PS5 and the Xbox Series S and X. It's no secret that console launch are incredibly expensive, incurring huge hardware costs that are often intended to be made up with later software sales. With a new generation of consumers that is apparently more interested in mobile games than traditional console experiences, it seems like a major shift in the industry could be on the cards. You see how this article is written just simply, not trying to use weird, goofy ass language and cool words that you look into a thesaurus to try to make a cool, like I hate when I hated that last article where they just try to use big dumb words for no reason. But anyways, let's see. He continues to say, what you're seeing now, and certainly hearing from a company like Microsoft, is, does the cloud replace the need for bespoke hardware? Does streaming change the way we see or we game to the device that we're now used to, in particular smartphones? I don't think people are gaming less, they're just gaming differently, he explained. Um, More and more you're seeing a generation coming through that is not about to sit down for an evening in front of a television with whatever the game du jour um, is this week. Moore draws some comparisons to the music industry where dedicated music players have been broadly abandoned in favor of mobile streaming apps. Excuse me. Mobile streaming apps. You think back now to music, and gosh, Zune and iPod, and I go back to Discman and Walkman, bespoke devices that play music. Well, we don't have those anymore. So now, whatever streaming out of my phone on Spotify, or I listen to a lot of music on SoundCloud, but I don't have anything that plays music. Somebody gave me a DVD the other day. I have nowhere to actually look at this. Now the smartphone dominates, so gaming isn't immune to these changes in technology and viewing, listening, and playing habits. Later in the interview, Moore is asked whether he believes that this current console generation might be the last. I think it's real serious question that's being asked. I'm sure in Tokyo, in Redmond, Washington, in Kyoto, that's what everybody's working on right now. Because when you start off the next generation, you've got to be ready to absorb billions of dollars in losses. He said, "Is the industry, given all the layoffs and everything we're going through right now, is the industry ready for that? If no new consoles are on the way, it would have huge ramifications on the way in which major titles are released. I think the words first party and third party may just disappear," he argued. It'll be it'll just be what makes games, or what make great games, and we deliver a phenomenal service on which you can play our games. And first party and third party, those are legacies of hardware. This overall trajectory defines lines up with the imminent arrival of some former Xbox exclusive titles, including Hi-Fi Rush and Sea of Thieves on PlayStation, PlayStation 4, and Nintendo Switch. I think they're dipping their toes in the water to see how all of this works. More explain, you do it a little bit tentatively and go, all right, let's test the ecosystem here. We're not throwing Halo out there. All right. Well, Loke, you're with me now, off camera, but you are finally here. Did you happen to hear what I just got done saying? Oh, let me change my audio. You're probably talking and I probably can't hear you, which is great. All right, it says it's set, so I don't know if you're muted or if you're not talking or whatever, but I'm gonna
Hello?
continue. Okay,
Hello?
you are. There you are. What's up?
Oh man. Greetings and salutations. I'm sorry for being late. I don't understand what happened, man, because I set this for 23:59 on YouTube, but for some reason we started a bit earlier today. Or did I get the time wrong?
Ooh, I forgot to tell you about daylight savings.
Son of a bitch! I swear, the US, man. Just you know what? Just use kilometers like everyone else, right? Use
So we
meters
start.
like everyone else, and just use the same time as everyone else.
No. How about you fix your shit?
No, you just got done saying that you forgot to. Oh, motherfucker!
Ah, yeah. You know,
All right. So I'm still
I
going to
forgot you
Abuja.
guys
I
don't
guess.
follow the traditional rules out in the Longhorn State.
Oh my god! All right. So that's what
DJ
happened.
Berto Das with the $2 super chat saying name of the store, ham,
Son of a
and
bitch.
and do they ship? I'll buy. Let me see. What store? What are we talking about?
Anyways, I'm not on camera because I am on the road for work and forgot my camera at home. But the shipping company said they're going to get it to me by tomorrow. So by Friday, I'll be back on camera. This is, oh, man.
No, this is
All
a
right.
pleasure. I'm happy to not see your face. This is great.
Oh.
I almost want to put like something in front of your little mug shot you got right there.
Mugshot.
Yeah,
Okay.
mugshot.
Okay. Stanley Francois, hi. Stanley says I still blame Loke. Well.
Oh. So for
Oh,
150, you want to know where you could
yeah.
purchase the
Mm.
the SSD, right? Is that what you're saying? Oh, the store where I got it for $75. Man, you got to go in there in person. They don't do that stuff on the. They don't sell on the web. It's in Lincoln, Nebraska. Yeah, they don't sell online that I know of. They'll ship from one store to another store so you can pick it up there, but they only have stores in Nebraska. So, I mean, unless you're in Nebraska, big dog, I can't help you.
All right. Daylight savings for the win. Anyways,
yeah, you got smoked, sucker.
I would like to share some funny stuff to lighten the mood. This whole all this Peter Moore stuff seems very serious, man. You mind letting me put something up on the screen real quick?
I don't know what you're putting up. Is it appropriate?
Oh Lord, don't worry, it'll be appropriate. It is ESG compliant.
Okay.
I don't know if anyone saw this.
Well, since you want to send it through Twitter, right?
So this guy essentially is responding to someone that was shitting on Akira Toriyama. Let's have a laugh. Let's have a laugh.
And I see this tweet come across my timeline that says, "Y'all are saying rest in power for a man who literally designed this racist ass character design." Now, we all watch Dragon Ball Z, so we've seen Mr. Popo before, but I can understand why this person got mad because this nigga looks like it. Look at this nigga. I can't believe this nigga chose to disrespect Akira Toriyama.
Oh shit.
That is actually what it looks like.
Man, you should send me this so I can play it because I mean it is so delayed and glitching and man, I can't see.
Are you serious?
Yeah, this is terrible. This is awful. Send it to my Twitter. Let me give some of these people some quality. You know what I'm saying?
It's hotel internet. All right, bite me. Hold on.
Oh man, you always got an excuse. You always got something sorry to say.
Sorry, it's my fault that the daylight savings came in here and did.
I don't know why you changing the subject.
Send you off with this, nigga.
Whatever, dog. Whatever. Well, there you go.
All right. So yeah, let me go on ahead and play this. Yeah, I see it. I got it. I'm about to share this joint for y'all because this is
get daylight savings at the end of the month, 2 weeks after the US. Wow.
Yeah, you need to get on your game, man.
Nope. We don't do daylight savings around here.
That's because you guys are a bunch of frauds.
6 o'clock.
Fraud in the church.
Always 6 o'clock.
Except when it's 7 or 5. Anyways, let's go ahead and rewind this sucker because y'all can go ahead and listen. This is gonna be wild. Oh, great! Is it gonna just do this? Do this now? Are we doing this?
Thank goodness that's happening because
loading.
Now it's proof it's not just me.
I'm scrolling through Twitter. Right?
There we go.
And I see this tweet come across my timeline that says, "Y'all are saying rest in power for a man who literally designed this racist ass character design." Now, we all watch Dragon Ball Z, so we've seen Mr. Popo before, but I can understand why this person got mad because this nigga looks like it. Look at this nigga. I can't believe this nigga chose to disrespect Akira Toriyama on the day of his death. Well, since you want to send Akira Toriyama off with that, let's see if we can send you off with this. Nigga, if you don't get your big ass Bridget from Trolls, Rage, Shinron, Elder Guru, Majin Buu, Fat Gotenks, Hoggers, Greedly, Janemba, Black Yajirobe, Luffy, Get for Tank Man, Grimace, Queen, Big Mom, Gloria from Madagascar, PJ from a Goofy movie, Grossness, Rasputia, BFB the Fag Man, Steal from Juice, Phazon Love, Big X the Plug. Look at this fat ass nigga. Fat nigga from 8 Mile, built ass, the fuck up out of here.
From 8 Mile.
Yo. That shit was wild. He said a lot of stuff that made HR just text me. I'm telling you, I'm getting text messages. I'm dealing with some behind the scene issues.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man, we got Stanley laughing. All these folks out here checking this out. This is tragic. This is tragic.
Got him.
Oh man. All right, man. But anyways. So
Anyways,
as I said, I was just on, this right here, talking about this whole Peter Moore situation and whatnot. I want you, Loke, to kind of go in a little bit because I know you came through just in time to hear me at least talk about the last piece of it. And I think once you heard the last piece, you're like, oh, I kind of get the gist of it. So what's up?
I think his idea is like milk toast in my opinion. This is a milk toast idea. This is obviously what's going to happen eventually. I'm just not sure about it disappearing like entirely, right? Because the same way you see today, like Sonic games on the Nintendo Switch, for example. I think the right way to go about it is to say that the current games we see as untouchable exclusives will eventually be on other platforms. But exclusives in and of themselves, I think will continue. I just think new players are going to come in terms of, for example, Apple will probably gobble up Sony or something like that will happen, whether it's Amazon or Apple or whatever.
I hope Apple does that. That'd be hot. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, the players will be different, but to say the exclusives in and of themselves will disappear, nah. That I'm calling cap on that one.
I've been waiting to have a reason to get Apple in my household. I don't want a tablet, so like getting an iPad's pointless for me. The phones, I'm just not. I just like Android better, right? I just like the just the operating system and all that stuff, just better. But
I found out you have to pay for music if you wanna pick a certain song and you wanna make it your ringtone or your alarm, you have to pay Apple for that.
I mean, you do unless you know some things, but yeah, for your average person, which is most, yeah,
which is like 7 out of 10 people,
right?
So, in terms of being a friendly platform, I hope Apple doesn't buy Sony. I hope Amazon does. Nope. I hope Amazon does, but not.
I hope Apple purchases Sony and just starts making things just totally different, and like really pushes Sony to the next level. You know how like you know how like Microsoft had like HoloLens or whatnot, and then Apple was like, "Yo, now we got this." Right?
Yeah.
And
like they leaned all the way into it.
Exactly, and that's why I think it'd be dope to see Apple take like a Sony or whatnot and just make it like, let's not like, because I feel like Sony's been doing this beating around the bush of we're premium, but not really. Premium as hell.
What do you mean not really? What do you mean not really?
Like it seems like you know they want to be more expensive, but they feel like, but it almost seems like they're kind of holding themselves back at the same time
because they don't have the capital for it. I think Sony, although I don't disagree with it, Sony and Apple would be the best marriage. Two arrogant ass companies that think they can never mess up and everything they do is premium. The only difference is that Apple have the money to back it up and be like, we're not going to lower the price for anything, and they can kind of take the losses in the short term, and then people start buying into their stuff. So I think Apple would be a great partner for Sony.
Oh man, I would love it. And then on top of it, um, I mean, like I said, I don't have anything Apple in my house right now, and it's not that I don't like Apple. It's just like I don't need anything that they have currently. But if they have a gaming console, I think that it'd be crazy premium, and I think it would reset Sony. And I'm just hoping that they'd be able to like come together and make really crazy quality games, and you know, lean on what they know instead of what they think people want.
Yeah. All right.
But now you're here, you can start doing whatever the hell you want to do. I can continue taking the lead if you want. You know, I mean,
No, I'm good. Did you
I'm
talk
here
about the
flexing on
rise of the
camera.
religion?
Loke is
Did you
looking weak.
bite me? Bite me.
Loke is
Bite
looking
me.
weak, looking
Did
soft.
you? All right. All right. Hey, I took some videos and pictures today. I'm gonna DM them to
That's
you
weird.
later.
No, thank you.
And
No, thank you.
no, man, dude. I mean, Shimoyo. Remember we talked about this? God damn it. Whatever. Did you
I
already
want
talk
you
about
to
Rise
send
of
me
the
a
Ronin?
picture of you eating at KFC.
Okay, when I go back to Maputo, I'll do that.
There you go.
I'll just take a picture outside of KFC, or I
No,
I
you
haven't
got to
eaten.
go in and eat.
I haven't eaten KFC in months, dude, and my body is very
You said
happy about
months, like that's long.
that. Yeah, it is long. I used to eat at KFC like every day.
Well, I'm not telling you to go there every day. I'm telling you to go there once. I want you to take a picture of the menu so I can compare and
All right.
contrast. And then I
Ooh,
want
so you guys can see the currencies.
well, not just the currencies, but I want to see like
Yeah.
what you guys have on the menu. Because
All
I
right.
know different countries have like some different specials and different things that go.
We don't have anything special.
No, I'm
We
gonna
don't.
point it out. I'm gonna point it out. I'm gonna be like, man, and why you guys got muffins instead of biscuits?
Okay, we don't have either, but all right. Did
How
you
y'all ain't
already
got
talk
no
about
biscuits?
rice? Dude, we don't even have like not flurries. What's it called? The shake thing.
What shake
There's
thing?
something. God damn it! They used to have them all the time at KFC, and then everyone would order them, and then it would disappear. Oh, I'm
I
forgetting
don't
it.
know
Anyway,
any shake from KFC at all.
well,
Never heard.
I guess we do. Oh, crunchies. I think it's crunchies or crunches. I'm gonna lose my mind trying to remember this. All right.
Is
All
it
right.
like blended breading made into a
No,
shake
no,
or
no.
something? I don't know.
No, like Oreos and stuff. They have different flavors. There's
No, we
like
don't have that, dog.
Oreos, vanilla, etc.
No,
All
not that I
right.
know of.
Why do you have to be like this, Big Mad Mo? Why? Why do you have to be like this? It says, "Do you all got antelope on the menu?" Ah,
What?
all right.
Antelope? Do you guys really have that on your menu?
No, Ham. We do not have antelope on the
Oh, Big
KFC
Man Mo
menu.
asked that. Yeah, okay. Hey, man, you could. You guys got some fried
No,
elephant?
no, no. You know what? On that note, have you talked about Rise of Ronin and the early impressions from Team Ninja?
Yeah, and how it's looking mid so far.
Oh man,
That review stunk, by the way. I didn't like that review. That dude was using way too much thesaurus words.
Yeah, he didn't.
You
He
could
didn't
tell that
sell the
he did
game.
not. You could tell that he didn't like. Whoever wrote that was not using their regular vocabulary. Nobody talks like that.
What are you talking about, Ham? Have you listened to me?
You don't talk like that. You talk like a
Yeah,
Texan.
but oh, whatever. Point is,
I can
there's
understand
different
everything
people.
you say. What he
There's
was saying
different.
is words that I've never seen anybody put in like in
Hold
reviews
on.
or anything like
Let me read this thing.
I'm just like, why is it
What was? Give me
why is
one
it
word.
quoted like this?
Give me one word, Ham.
Oh,
Just
I mean,
one.
I'm not finna go through and read all this bullshit again. You go through it. It's written. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, I'm certain this bro's from another country because he's just writing. Yeah, I ain't
It
akin to
sounds
reading.
British. It sounds British from his writing. I don't know. I'm reading this and it sounds very standard.
Yeah, whatever.
All right. Well, since we've already talked about that, I
Standard
guess the
is
next thing.
this. Standard is this article that we're reading.
Okay.
This is standard. But anyways,
It's a
did you
good
have
question.
something that
Papa.
did you have something that you needed to say about this, or do we need to keep
Nah.
moving?
No,
Or?
I already like stated my points on this one. That
What are you
it's
talking
a,
about?
it's a
Rise of
milk.
the Ronin.
I completely disagree with you. Like, I didn't read the article, right? I just skimmed through it right now, looking for weird words, and everything's fine. But as far as the gameplay is concerned, I'm I'm sh- uh, I'm excited. This does not look mid. It just doesn't. It doesn't have the next gen graphics and all this other stuff. But in terms
That's what you got
of
from reading that article?
well, I didn't just read the article. I saw a couple of like clips of of the game. So
Well,
it
from reading the
it
article,
looks.
it seemed like he was saying, I'll summarize it up, because although I
Mhm,
thought it was written weird, I did understand it, Loke. I did comprehend
mhm.
what he was saying.
Okay.
He was saying that the game seems to be like a pretty good story or whatnot,
Mhm.
but like kind of fluff in between, like a bunch of like very Far Cry-ish.
Yeah, I actually see the paragraph. It says Rise of the Ronin dilutes so much of the exemplary combat with a watered down open world that reminds me more of the derivative Far Cry formula than anything more like exciting Ghost of Tsushima or Elden Ring. Yes, that lush responsive combat is still the star of the show, but for every clink of katana on glaive combat you get to experience, there's an eye-rolling, inducing set of icons to clear. The pace is off, the rhythm impacted. Even the first few hours of the game, I audibly moan when I get to a new part of the map and see 0 out of 28 completion markers on the map. Yeah, you know what? That is a valid criticism.
That
And
sounds like it's just like I don't know about you, but when I see markers that say that kind of stuff, I'm just like,
I
you know what
Han,
I mean?
here's a controversial take. Elden Ring has spoiled a lot of people
Why?
because now what we want to do is discover the game. We don't want to do tasks. We want to discover the game. We want to discover the world, and get familiar with it instead of being told that for you to get familiar or for you to feel like you are now familiar with this area, you need to complete the 28 things that are shown here. I think that's the real issue here. Well, we'll just turn it off. We'll just turn off the function. Fuck it. Fuck it. Anyway, that's my take on Rise of the Ronin. It looks just fine, but reading that one section of the game about the game being essentially you having to complete it or whatever, that's not inspiring at all.
No.
So the next topic, I can't believe I came around to actually agreeing with you, but okay, here I am. The next topic is Insomniac Spider-Man: The Great Web multiplayer game trailer apparently leaks online.
Yeah, you're here in time to talk about this.
Would you rather not cover it? You don't sound pleased.
No, I'm pleased to cover this. I'm happy to cover this. I'm ecstatic to cover this, and none of that is cap at all. That's all real shit. Like, I'm happy to talk about this right now because I said on my Twitter earlier, I don't know if anybody's seen it, liked it, or whatever, but I felt the need to go on out and say, you know what? If what they should have did is they should have made they should have put this multiplayer onto Spider-Man 2. Monetize the shit out of it, and you can create your own Spider-Man or whatever. Right? And I would still probably be playing that game. But instead, they gave me a 20-hour, 100% game that is now deleted on my console, and I'll probably never go back to it again unless my daughter wishes to try it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, they had the opportunity to keep this game alive. But instead, in my opinion, they got greedy. They got to all of this, let's try to split things up and make as much money off of it as we could, instead of doing what Sony usually does. And what I think they do in this situation is do what worked before and make a video game that people seem to have a problem with making. It seems like people have a problem with making a video game with more than one mode on it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it'd be nice to have a video game that's just story mode. I mean, shit, we get it from Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto still hasn't abandoned that idea of having Grand Theft Auto and within the same game, Grand Theft Auto Online. Right? So everybody can get a taste of the story if they want to, and they don't have to fuck with nobody. But in case, your trigger finger starts to get itching and you want to make your own character and put yourself into, the world of Grand Theft Auto, you can do that.
Just to be clear, I obviously disagree with you. Their problem is not that they gave you a 20-hour game with Spider-Man. The same way the problem is not putting in black protagonist in games if you're talking about Sweet Baby. The issue...
Oh, we're definitely not talking about that. Okay.
The issue is the 20-hour campaign in Spider-Man was mid. That was the problem.
No, I
because
disagree.
a good story, Ham, would have people replaying it for years to come. There's a reason people aren't bitching about Final Fantasy 7. There's a reason people aren't bitching about Metal Gear. There's a reason you replayed the campaign of Remnant and completed it more than twice. So either the story
the reason
lacking,
is not the story for Remnant, because I told you I skipped most of the talking in Remnant. I played Remnant over and over because it was multiplayer. It had multiplayer functionality in the game. And that's the reason I told you if Spider-Man had that, even if the story wasn't multiplayer, but you could do multiplayer stuff within the game, I would still have Spider-Man downloaded on my console right now. But seeing that all I can do is what I've done already, and I've already 100% of the game, never playing that again, probably.
Never. That's a big word.
Well, probably never. I don't see the point in playing a game that pretty much said, hey, you done everything that you could possibly really do in this game, unless you want to, swing through some small areas if you haven't swung through those yet, and fly around. I've done everything in that game. I got all the things that you can do in that game. So, like, if they had something as, and I'm not going to say simple because I'm sure it's not simple to make or anything like that, but if they would have said, you know what, we're dropping this game for you to have at the end of 2023, but remember to stick with us because coming in summer of 2024 or fall of 2024 is going to be our multiplayer Spider-Man where you can get the rest of the achievements or play with your friends in in this riddled city of venom, of like venom enemy things or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like it would have kept that game alive instead of now it's just a one and done.
Oof. Again, I'm with Rachie here. It's not even. I don't think the issue is that. I think that the issue is that the game didn't give you any motivation to go back and replay it the same way other people replay campaigns. All right, they missed a lot on the story. They missed a lot on the gameplay because there's a reason why a lot of people played this game and immediately left. There's a reason. I don't think it's the word in multiplayer. But let's get into the article. In the wake of Insomniac hack in December 2023, we learned that the developer was working on a multiplayer Spider-Man game called Spider-Man: The Great Web. Then a bit later, images surfaced from the game, now a full-on trailer that makes the game look like close to a finished product, as in, you could have convinced me this was a genuine reveal trailer for a game that was about to come out within the year, but it was ultimately cancelled, and not because of the hack. Can we take a look at the trailer, Ham? I want you to feel even more pain. Put the trailer up there.
I don't know where
Did
the
I not send
trailer
it to
is.
you?
You might have, but everything is just. Let me see.
All right.
Yeah, I
I'm
have it right
resending
here.
to you.
I have it.
Okay. Put it up there. Let's see.
New
I want to see the pain, Ham. I want to see your pain.
Oh, I mean, I already seen this a few times. I'm not feeling any pain at all. The only kind of pain I'm feeling is that they didn't add it to the game. I mean, I just don't see how this happens. Like to me, this is just like leaving. It's literally leaving money on the
Money
table.
on the table. Yes. Yes.
You left a ton of money on the table. Can you imagine what it meant for kids to be able to play Spider-Man with each other?
My son would probably finally touch the PlayStation.
You know
This
what
would
I'm
be the
saying?
first. Yeah. Yeah.
So like whether it came with the game or separate, this game would have been played, but I think it would have helped in especially blasted the sales for Spider-Man 2 to much more higher
Levels.
yeah, because look at all that. You see that all those like
That
little
looks
rifts
cool,
opening?
dude. That looks so cool.
That's dope.
Especially
Like that's like a very similar way, in my opinion, to like how a lot of multiplayer games are. Apex, you're falling out of the sky, or Call of Duty, or Helldivers. You just you dive off the building into another dimension, and then you guys are in a mission together. And it's just that sounds amazing.
yeah. Moving away from like your reasoning of why this thing failed. Yeah. This would have been like a monster announcement. I would be figuring out. I'd now have to figure out how to get another PS5 because I only have one PS5 in my home, and no one stresses me about it. I had to get several Xboxes because both of my sons play on the Xbox. But this would have, at least my youngest, he would have been wild for this one.
Dude, I would have been wild for it.
Yeah. Vincent says, wasn't this Spider-Man in Fortnite? Are you serious right now? You're joking, right?
Well,
Spider-Man with an AK-47.
yeah, I mean Goku's in. I mean Goku's there too. If you want to talk about that, you can be Vader.
Yeah. Oh Lord.
But you can't do this. You can't swing the
You
webs
can't.
like that. You can't jump off of buildings like that. You can't, do finishers like that.
Oh, what a missed opportunity. This is
Dude, talk about it. I mean, this man, somebody took a shot and it ended up in the janitor's office. Like
this is equivalent. This is equivalent to Sony being like, oh, there's no need for us to do a PS5 60 FPS Bloodborne port. It's fine. But there's no need for us to put Bloodborne on PC. This is on the same level.
There's no reason for us to listen to our fans. They're
exactly.
Insane.
Exactly. You don't even have to be. You don't have to be great at anything in terms of market analysis or whatever. These are the milk toast, easy dubs. Easy dubs.
You know, it reminds me a lot of when like an artist will, you know, go like triple platinum and have like the #1 record, and then like the next year they'll get like a record at like 22nd or something like that, and be like, y'all don't like me, well then fuck y'all too. And it's just like, well, like that's not gonna help.
It's like, dude, you're not helping the case. Jeez. Yeah, that is terrible. That's terrible. I guess we can expect these type of bad decisions from Sony now, because this is the type of stuff that usually you wouldn't see them make. Like Sony would not fail to please the customer. It's becoming routine now, almost expected.
And it's crazy that they had that comment. I'm not sure if you listed it as an article or whatnot for today, but they were talking about like slowing down the pace like Xbox did in 2022 to allow like development for their games, and also just to more or less let third party kind of do their thing and make, you know, the money for you.
Yeah, it's like you know when you're in the lead, Ham, and then you get complacent, and it happens to everyone. It happens to everyone. Clearly, it's happening to Sony now. It just took them a bit longer to get complacent, but the fact is, they have the most people on their platform. So, as far as third party will definitely carry the Sony sales this year. And it won't even be a struggle because everyone is already on PlayStation anyway. So it's just going to reinforce the behavior. Even like by the time they get to the end of the fiscal year, Sony is still going to be making bank. So they'll be like, okay, we haven't missed the beat, so let's just keep going. And then the games, apparently they claim that they're going to be releasing the games in 2025, April 2025. That's when the next the first party games are gonna come out. Yeah. So until then, they're fine. They're gonna keep pumping out third party exclusives from Japan or whatever, and nothing's gonna happen because Xbox. I don't see Xbox doing anything in the interim to convince people to leave Sony as their third party machine. Is that wild?
I'd say it's kind of wild because I mean because Xbox kind of like currently, like depending on, and it really depends on how they steer their own ship, right? So like if you start to come out with these games, right, and allow the games to kind of do the talking, like Hellblade and Avowed and whatever, you like you let all those games come out, including like a game that's not even theirs, being Stalker, right, where it's just going to PC and Xbox, and then after all those games are announced, you then announce some sort of console that you guys are working with, as they said that they were going to do at the end of this year. You might captivate some people into being like, oh wow, well you just had a good year, you dropped a bunch of these different games on there, and some of them are really popular, like Pal World and whatnot. Like you know, maybe I need to invest into this. I just talked to my barber when I got my haircut. The day I got the haircut when I was late for the show, I was talking to my barber. He had no idea the amount of things that the Xbox was capable of doing. Like he was like he was telling me that he grew up PlayStation and everything, and I was like, that's dope. Like PlayStation, I told him straight up, I was like, PlayStation's pretty dope because I'm not gonna hate on his favorite thing or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, but he asked me straight up. He's like, "Are you more of an Xbox or PlayStation guy?" And I was like, "I'm more of an Xbox guy." And he's like, and he just kind of pressed and like asked me why, and I went to the app on my phone and showed him that I can either remote play or cloud game, and I can and I had my Steam Deck with me at the at the barbershop because I didn't know when I was going to get my haircut. I was just walking, so I was playing games on it and whatnot, and I was like, "Yeah, I got my Steam Deck right here that has the Xbox operating system on there as well." And I mean, I told him straight up, I was like, I had to do something special for the Steam Deck, but there's other handhelds that you could just download it straight on there, no problem. You can continue your game from your PC to your handheld to the console itself. And he's like, damn, he's like, man, you can play all these different ways, man. I could do that with my family when we're on vacation. We don't actually have to take the actual box itself. And I was like, exactly.
Yep.
I was like, exactly. And he's like, man, I might have to look into Xbox. And I was like, I mean, I just think it's just wild how poorly Microsoft has
Dude, we were talking about
advertised themselves, but at the same time, they really have something. They just need to get out there and let people know about it. Because after I told that dude that, he was just like, "The fuck have I been doing?" Like he looked at me like,
yes,
like you have so much ways to play, and I mean the PlayStation is dope, but like I can't do all that.
I'm stuck in 1999. On Sunday on my stream for my gaming log, one of the things that we discussed in depth was Microsoft's big Achilles heel that shouldn't be, which is marketing. Marketing is all about money, and Microsoft is the richest company on the planet. So how the fuck does the guy with the most money have the most beat up jalopy in the crew? What's this about?
Well,
Like,
I mean,
go
I
ahead.
can tell you what it's about, in my opinion.
Tell me what it's about.
In my opinion, what it's about is they don't really like advertising their stuff that much. They like people just to kind of need them. They don't want to like advertise and go get them. They want to figure out a way for you yourself to just fall into the space that is Microsoft. Kind of like what Android and Google does right now, right? Like they don't really have to do Android commercials or Google commercials or anything. They just kind of expect you just to kind of get it. It's either us or Apple. You know what I mean? But
but they have the biggest market. Okay, Android has the most users on the planet.
They do.
Google also has the most users on the planet. That is the expectation that is the expectation we have of Sony, of Nintendo. That's what we.
But it's also the expectation. There's also the expectation of Microsoft, just for the fact that they're so big software and they're so well known by everybody that they just assume people will just figure out and start to get on to the.
You know what they say about assumptions?
Get onto the ship that is Xbox, and it's just not working.
You know what they say about assumptions, Ham? They're gonna make an ass out of you and me. Also,
absolutely.
How Ham, can you, me, and the 130 people, shout out to everyone watching on YouTube and Twitter, right? How can
I'm not buying the Twitter watchers at all. I don't.
How can we all? I'm buying it. How can we all, right? How can we all come to the same conclusion and be aware of this? But there's people at Xbox that get paid. I'm sure there is a marketing team at Xbox. There are people that get paid at Xbox that don't know that they need to put out more ads. These people know that Sony is leading the market right now, and they have ads everywhere. They have ads in the third world. They have ads in Africa. Nintendo has ads.
Yeah.
But Xbox thinks they're first off, they're not first, they're not second, they're third, and they think they don't have to put out ads. Are you serious?
Well,
Crazy.
to me, it's just like they're very out of touch, and they're not
Yeah.
really willing to kind of swallow that
Get in
pill of
touch.
reality. To swallow that pill of reality and get in touch. And to me, I think it's very funny, and I've seen this logic get tested so many different ways. And like what I mean by that is like I know that some of the things that I do or could do for a company for a company like Microsoft to get their name out there would be tenfold better than what they're doing. But the thing is they don't want to listen to somebody that doesn't really have, you know, the notoriety or the following and the you know, clout that everybody has. I find it really interesting because I can post something right on my Twitter and I'll post something funny as hell and appropriate and pretty much factual, right? And it'll
Yeah.
have to do with a video and maybe be a joke or something, right? It'll
Yeah.
get like 200, 300 views, couple likes, couple retweets or something like that. But meanwhile, somebody with a little bit of clout posts the exact same thing
Yes.
and it
Yes.
gets like 250K likes, 100,000 comments, and all of this stuff. So they seem brilliant, but
Yeah.
I was the original uploader. You
Mm-hmm.
see what I'm saying? So it's
That's
just like
happened several times to me.
so to me, it's more or less people thinking they know what they're doing by copying others, but not really knowing what they're doing because they're copying, they're not creating the idea for themselves. So you end up getting a result that you couldn't keep up with. You couldn't maintain because you don't know the formula of it in the first place. Right? So that's the way I
Mm.
look at Microsoft. That's the way I've looked at a lot of struggling companies when it comes to the point of marketing and knowing thy neighbor. I feel like
Mm.
Microsoft has themselves, their neighbor is Trump and people like that. You know, they're like so rich that they just will say stuff but just have no idea what they're talking about. Same with Joe, same with all of them folks that make a crazy amount of money, write laws, but don't have to follow them. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So
They
yeah,
don't have
that's
to keep
exactly
up
how I
with it.
look at that shit, man. They
They have
could
to keep
use
up
help.
with what's coming out their mouths.
I'd be more than happy to be like, yo, you guys try this, do this. And I'd be more than happy to get like you know, pick out several people that I know that, you know, think differently, but still at the end of the day want there to be traffic, positive traffic, instead of
Mm.
negative traffic that seems to have taken over media in general. Because it's not just video games, it's all of media where it's just like you either pander or you like viciously don't pander, but there's nobody that
Mm.
has any kind of balance in between to where it's like, oh, we can kind of all see where people are coming from. It's never that.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is one of the questions that you should keep in your head for when you eventually interview Aaron Greenberg.
I don't know when that would happen, but
Seriously.
that'd be amazing.
Seriously. We need to get him on and ask him, like, dude, why is your marketing so, it's not even like the marketing is bad, Ham. It's non-existent. You can't find the ads. The first time I saw an Xbox ad in Mozambique was I think it was November last year, and that was it. That was it. I've never seen another Xbox ad the whole time that I've been back in Mozambique since I lived in South Africa. And when I lived in South Africa, it was still very light. you had to go to like the gaming store to see the Xbox stand. With PlayStation, you're driving down the highway and there's a PlayStation ad.
That's
All
what
right.
yeah,
So
absolutely.
you're watching the UEFA Champions League. There's a PlayStation ad. You're watching South African football even, and you're seeing a PlayStation ad.
There was a college football bowl game named after PlayStation this year.
No.
Yeah. So
What's
that, I
it
mean,
called?
to me, it's just it was like the
Are you serious?
PlayStation Gator Bowl or something like that. Like you know how they have like the Chick-fil-A Bowl and stuff like
Yes,
that.
yes.
Yeah, it was like the PlayStation Gator Bowl or a PlayStation Holiday Bowl or something
What?
along that line. And I was just like, that's great. That's like the type of marketing that you should be doing. Like, where is Microsoft Xbox, Final Four or March Madness provided by Xbox or something like that, like just something to just say like, hey, we had something, but also, maybe
Oh my God.
a
I
look.
found it. It's the
It's not,
PlayStation Fiesta Bowl.
yeah, the Fiesta Bowl. Okay.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. Seriously. Oh,
Yeah.
Microsoft dropping the freaking ball, dude.
That's what I'm
Jeez.
saying, man. Like,
How,
and as rich of a company that they are, I feel like they should have like billboards like in all
dude.
major like
Yes.
in all like in all major cities leaving and entering airport areas. Like,
So,
why wouldn't you want to have that leaving and entering airport areas, especially if you're trying to provide a service, something like cloud gaming? Like, that's like the place. Like,
yes.
I'm already,
For people that are
I've
traveling.
already got myself set up on my Steam Deck and everything for what I'm going to play when I go to the airport. I already got that stuff set up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All airports have Wi-Fi. Hell, they got charging stations. So it's just like,
Put the Xbox ad on charging stations. Boom.
make an airplane that says Xbox. Like, you can do
Dude,
anything,
you
man.
have
Like,
all
what
the
are you
money in the
doing?
world. What are you doing with it? Thank you, Ham. You have all the money in the world. What are you doing? Nothing.
Nothing. You're
Nothing.
expecting everybody just to kind of figure it out for
Get
themselves
it.
as if it's like a necessity like fire. Like, we'll just figure it out on the island on our own. Like nobody needs Microsoft. Nobody needs PlayStation. Nobody needs Nintendo, but you see PlayStation advertising it like you need it. You see Nintendo advertising it like you need it. So, guess what, Microsoft? I know you're rich, but if you want to, fight the good fight, in some ways, you gotta do what some of your enemies are doing because they're clearly doing some of the stuff that you're doing.
Oh yeah. Sony's got no pride.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
like,
no.
bruh,
Sony and Nintendo, they're just like, it looks like a good idea. I'll give it a try.
that's a good idea. Give me some of that. We're
Right.
trying to win. We're not trying to win with original idea. We're trying to just win, dog. That's all we care about. Simple. That's wild. I write Xbox 10 times on Google and I receive 0 Xbox ads. I type Tactics Ogre and I start getting Sony ads. Bro, that is wild, huh?
Yeah.
That's why even Google ads. So Xbox refuses to pay Google ads. I think this is because of Bing. They want everyone on Bing, so they don't want to invest in Google. But all I can say to that Xbox is, again, just drop the pride. The people are on Google, right?
You know, one of the main problems is Xbox likes to market to people that are already in their ecosystem, so it makes no sense.
And that's a problem.
Like, when you turn on your Xbox and you see an ad, you're already in that ecosystem.
You don't have to sell the platform to me. I already know about Game Pass. I already know about all these extras. you have to sell the platform to someone else. I'm good. All right. Marketing too is the other side of the competing. So I hope Satya pours money into that part. Ham, I just really want to go back to Raichi's point here because it's like a small thing, but this is gigantic, bro.
It is.
Because most people use Google. It doesn't matter that Bing has got a whole bunch of new users. Most people
Yeah, they
are
can
on
keep breaking personal records all they want. The world record is still standing.
like GOG is doing well, but it's not Steam. All right. And this comes from someone that loves the concept and what GOG is. GOG
Everybody
provides.
likes GOG more than they like Steam for that reason, but everybody knows that if they want a buffet, that GOG is not the place to go.
Wow, Ham. Gee.
It's true.
Oof, that hurts my feelings as a GOG fan. That hurts my feelings. But I have no comeback. Google knows their pony, but gaming itself is a problem. It's not expanding. The only thing Sony and Microsoft are doing is trading customers. Well, that's why they're shifting to PC, because PC is the next step to mobile. It's the closest thing to mobile gaming, with people like Ham on the Steam Deck, and then people are going to get Aya Neos, etc., etc. It's inevitable. Jeez, we're talking about Spider-Man. We just ended up with Xbox here. Ham, you good? Can we keep it moving? You're muted. You're muted.
I said, yeah, you trying to go to Super Mario Bros?
No, before we do that, I have another interesting tweet I would like to share with everyone. This one is less funny and more philosophical, I guess. It's much more open-ended in terms of interpretation. Check your DMs. So this guy won an Oscar, right?
Okay.
Says he won his second Academy Award for his score to Oppenheimer. In a heartfelt speech, he thanked his parents for giving him his foundation in music. So he says, to my parents, thank you for giving me my guitars and drum machines instead of video games. Ham, what's your thoughts? Scroll down so people can see the instead of video games. Scroll down a bit more. There we go.
Oh, shit.
Dude, you didn't go that far. All right, there we go.
All right, so I mean, it is what it is. I mean, there's people that said thank you for giving me video games, and they blew up, you know. So I mean, just whatever. I don't know. Like, I don't know what to say about that. I don't think it's a big deal.
Okay, I just thought it was an interesting statement. I don't think it was necessary for him to put that there.
Well, I don't know.
It felt planted, right? Maybe I'm wrong, but it felt planted because Hollywood is struggling and video games have essentially become Hollywood in terms of money spinning. Like, all the money is in video games. This felt like someone that's salty, that he invested something. He invested his life in this, and at the time was probably going to turn him into like a multi-millionaire. Now it's just, oh, you're pretty well off, but that's pretty much it. But if Hollywood was still the center of the world, you know, he would be like on another level, stratosphere, you know, hundreds of millions, in my opinion. That's what it felt like. Either salty from him or someone from the Oscars wanted him to put that jab in there. Stanley says,
whatever.
they better not put his music or score in a game, LOL. Unfortunately, that's probably what he's going to have to do to make serious bank. That's the truth. Richie, maybe he wanted to be a gamer, but his parents directed him to his successful path. Yeah, definitely, definitely. But it just felt salty. Ham, on the happiest day of your life, bro. Are you sitting there and trying to throw shade at anyone?
Probably not even thinking of him.
Exactly. I'm not sitting there and being like, "Oh, I'm so glad my dad didn't tell me to be a doctor." I'm like, dude, I'm just happy things worked out and everything's great.
Some people do say
This
stuff
is
like that, though.
exactly because they're salty. That's why I'm saying this
Oh,
is
yeah.
salt.
Okay.
You get it? You get it? This
Yeah.
is salt. Sapo says I play video games, and believe it or not, I actually do other things. Like what the fuck? It's salty. We have to face it. This guy, or whoever told him to say it, is not happy with video games and how our industry has become the it industry. They're not happy about it. The
Yeah.
Oscars happened. The viewership for the Oscars was less than half of what they used to get in like the 90s. People don't care anymore. And that pisses them off. Anyways.
Well, you know what's crazy is if he showed up at the Game Awards, he'd probably get more time on the screen than the developers.
Again, yeah. That's true. That's true. That's
Crazy,
true.
right?
Yeah. The Oscars had Al Pacino, but you know who else had Al Pacino?
The Game Awards.
Dude, these people are salty. They are big, man. But we're here. We're staying. And we're going to get bigger. Love it. Poison Maniac says wrap it up. Did you see John Cena naked at the Oscars, Ham?
I definitely didn't.
Oh my goodness, that was something.
That sounds something. Sounds like enough.
Anyways, let's move to
sounds like some bad shit.
Yeah. Well, I hope I look half as good as he does when I'm 50 or 50 plus, whatever. Anyways,
right. Well,
let's keep it moving.
First trap for Loke.
For what? I'm very straight, but I'm just saying John Cena has a physique on him. All right. If I was to rate
I'm happy you appreciate it, bud.
Sci-Fi Sky says this was messed up coming from a guy that produces so much music for geek pop culture. Does he? I didn't know.
Well, yeah, I didn't know that either, and that does kind of make it a little bit messy because it's just like, why are you doing that to your fans? Now they gotta, they gotta pick you or one of their favorite hobbies if they're taking it personal. Something like for me, I don't take shit like that personal. I'm just like, whatever, dude.
It's like one of those things where it's like, he probably doesn't want to be making, those game journalists that don't want to be covering video games. They want to be like on the New York Post or BBC or whatever. They want to do real quote unquote journalism, right? And they're forced to do journalism in video games because that's what pays the bills. I think Ludwig, we can put him in the same group. He probably hates making music for video games, but that's what pays the bills.
Ooh.
Well, tough tits, bruv. Right? We'll see you when you make the next Final Fantasy or whatever original soundtrack, right? Vince, no, I will not start doping. I'm going to make it all natural or I'm not going to make it. That's pretty much it. G maybe says, wait, Lo can actually see John. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What an inside joke that is.
Yeah, if you don't watch wrestling, that is very strange. Anyways, he made Mandalorian music and did Black Panther soundtrack. Oh, okay, so he doesn't make gaming music. He just made Mandalorian, Black Panther, Okay, not upset, but just a little disappointed. This man is salty because probably getting better offers in video games, but thinks that movies and TV shows are the only like real art forms for music. Anyways, let's go to Super Mario. Maybe you'll make music for this one because it's a movie, even though it's based off a game. But maybe you'll make a soundtrack for this one. Surprise! The Super Mario Bros. Movie is getting a sequel, or probably not a surprise, as everyone could see that coming from a mile away. It's
Yeah.
March 10, which means it's Mario Day. Get it? And that means Nintendo has some Mario related announcement to share with us. Earlier today, the video game company, no one edits. You know what? The video game company shared a short video simply titled Mario Day 2024, which is the most placeholder name imaginable. Why does this person sound upset about writing this article? But it did feature the one and only Shigeru Miyamoto. As today is Mario Day, I have something to share with you all, said the iconic game developer. We are now working with the folks at Illumination on a new animated film based on the world of Super Mario Bros. Did you watch the first Mario movie?
Yes.
Thoughts?
I thought it was all right. It is a kid's movie for sure.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't think it was like the best thing I've ever seen, but I thought they did a pretty good job on it for making it interesting for kids. It is a hell of a lot better than the last Mario movie. I can tell you that much. But
Yeah. I had a good time watching that movie. Maybe I am a kid because I didn't feel like it was meant just for kids. It felt like it also was entertaining for me. Like I didn't feel like when I watch cartoons that were meant for kids or that are meant for kids, usually I'm bored out of my brains. But this one was actually good. So yeah.
I mean, I watched it twice probably now, like once at home and once at the theater, and I didn't leave the theater feeling like I got robbed. I felt like I had a pretty good experience with my family. So I'll probably go see the sequel.
Probably that, yeah. And to MJ Doc's point here, Mario 2 about to make another billion. I think you meant to say billion. Nintendo is the GOAT. Look, that person must be a Sonic fan. Probably.
Ooh.
I think the person who wrote this article is a Sonic fan.
That's not right. Leave that writer alone. They ain't do nothing wrong. Just because you reading it with a dull ass voice, you ain't gotta say this person was sad.
No. Listen to this. Right. Surprise! The Super Mario Bros. Movie is a sequel, or probably not a surprise. It's like, bro,
It's
you're not
probably
upbeat
not a
about
surprise, though. Like, who wouldn't have seen that Mario movie and think that just tells you that this person's seen the movie and they're like, yo, I ain't surprised they're making a second one.
As everyone could see that coming from a mile away.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That doesn't sound upbeat. It doesn't sound upbeat. I'm just saying.
It doesn't. You're right. It doesn't sound upbeat, but it also doesn't sound. It also doesn't sound like mischievous.
Ham, there's ways to say that you knew the sequel was coming, but keep it positive.
You sound like my wife right now, man. You could have said that better. You could have.
Silent Cypher. Welcome in, Silent Cypher. All right, Ham.
You could have threw a please in there.
God damn it! Why would you? All right, you know what? I'm trying to be more empathetic after we got that Sweet Baby check. All right, TSWS is officially a Sweet Baby product, so we have to, follow the guidelines.
I personally need to talk to Loke off camera.
Anyways, we both agree that this movie is going to be a banger. We're looking forward to it. So nothing bad here to disagree with or fight about. Rachie says, let's make a Forza Horizon movie. Nintendo has Mario.
I don't want no Forza Horizon movie.
I think Xbox already has their like IP. I guess maybe they don't have one for movies, but the Halo TV show is doing very well.
Dude,
Have
that
you been
Halo
keeping
TV
up?
show is lit. I need to watch the next episode. I've been saving it. You know how you get sometimes where it's like a few days go by and you're like, you know, I'm gonna wait a few more days. So like I watch the episode and then like a day later the next one comes out or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like right now, like I realized I didn't watch it like because it came out on Thursday, and I realized the whole weekend went by, I didn't watch it, and now it's Tuesday, and I'm like, man, should I just wait until tomorrow to watch it? Because then it'll be Wednesday, and then it'll
You're
come
gonna
out,
watch it too.
and then it'll come out at midnight, and I can just watch the next one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
So like, I'm
yeah.
probably gonna watch it tonight now that I'm thinking about it, but yeah, it's been a really good season so far. I just can't wait until Chief gets back into his suit um to continue the fight off of Reach since they just left.
Yeah. Bunty, wagwan, man, wagwan. So Ham, if we
Wagwan
just
my bunty.
let's leave TV shows out of it, right? Let's go to
Okay.
movies.
Oh no.
What franchises could Xbox or PlayStation capitalize on? Because clearly
Xbox or PlayStation, or are you asking me both?
both. Because clearly Nintendo's got this down pat. Like we're gonna get at least another like 5 Mario movies. That's the truth.
Okay, so what movie would they capitalize on? I'm gonna go with PlayStation first and Ghost of Tsushima.
Okay. They are working on one, right?
Possibly. I wouldn't put it past them. I think they could make a fantastic Ghost of Tsushima movie.
Could they make
And
a franchise though? Can they make like 6 or 7 movies off of that?
oh, I don't know about that. That sounds
And that's what I'm
wild.
talking about. That's what I'm
Okay,
talking
so you're
because
talking about like yeah, you're talking about like a
yeah,
compilation of movies.
yeah.
Let's
So it has to
see.
be
From
something deep.
PlayStation, that's not Spider-Man, clearly. Um, um, you know what would have been dope is like a Resistance movie.
Ooh.
But
Yeah,
that IP got left
but they
behind.
still own it. They still own it, and it would be
Right.
cool. That would be cool.
Right. I think a Resistance movie would be good. As for Xbox, um, I have 2 for Xbox. Raichi has
Mm.
one of them. He said, Hellblade. I think that would be really good as long as they keep up with games with like the game comes out and then the movie or something like that, or the other way around, or the movie then the game or
But you
something.
think they? I think the sound aspect would make it very difficult to pull off, because the thing that makes Hellblade special, in my opinion at least, is how the psychosis is not just hers; it's mine as well.
Right, and I still think you could do that, but it'd be a very special technique to do something like that. It'd be pretty tough. Um, Another one that I was thinking about for Xbox in particular would be this might sound nuts, but Fable.
Fable.
I think they could make a really fun Fable movie.
Mm. Uh, how I don't know, man, because Fable's all about like the choices that you make. So
Sure.
how do you make that translate to movies? Because it's one of the conflicts I've had when I've thought about like movies from video game
You know
franchises.
what
Like
would be really cool?
Mass Effect would be cool, but I'm not sure it would work.
You know why I think it could work?
Yeah.
Is because for every Fable movie, you could have like you you could make like either a new character for every Fable movie, almost like, you know, you ever see the TV show Black Mirror?
Oh man, there's an episode in there that is twisted. I'm just going to say the video game characters. Do you remember? Do you remember the episode? There's video game characters that like to get down, and they're controlled by two dudes and their homies, and no,
No, but that sounds very interesting.
I was uncomfortable to watch. It was very uncomfortable to watch. But yeah, I know which show you're talking about. I'm not sure how. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was thinking I'm not sure how you can sell a sequel and then another sequel with like new protagonists, new universe, new premise. Because the thing with the sequel is that there has to be some connection.
You did that with video games and Elder Scrolls. I don't see why you couldn't do that with movies.
Man. Well, I guess it would be in keeping with Microsoft and doing stuff that's like off the wall. You know?
You know another movie that they could do?
What?
Metal Gear.
Be still.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of already is. But
fuck off, man. Fuck off.
But I think that'd be dope. Even Death Stranding as a movie, like after the game is all done, like
give us a movie about how they got to where they got to.
Yes, like a before or after kind of thing, right?
God.
To just kind of like what Final Fantasy attempted to do.
Oof, that would really do it. Speaking of Final Fantasy, Ham, I've made the decision. I'm going to play Final Fantasy Remake. I won't play Final Fantasy Racist, right? Which is Final Fantasy 16, but I'm going to play Remake and then Rebirth.
Yeah, like that dude had nothing to do with it.
God damn it, Ham. Bunty, Gears of War. If I'm not mistaken, Gears of War is a TV series.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, it's a TV show. It's not a movie. Ham, you know what? Thanks for keeping me honest. Fuck.
Just play it, man. It's a fucking video game. You can still have your opinion and play a game.
Yeah, but this one is not. It's different. It's different. It's not like microtransaction. I'm not going to engage. This is like, even though I'm not going to buy it and I'm just going to game share it and play it. You're not paying for it.
Exactly.
I'm still giving you your time, which is a resource of mine. So if I'm giving you my time, in a way, I'm still buying into whatever it is that you're selling.
Okay, do you agree with everything that your government does? Do you still pay them your bills?
Yeah, but the government's not out here to entertain me, right?
But I'm saying, do you have to pay every single bill that is attached to them, or some of them luxuries?
I do have to pay every single bill.
But but I'm saying, are some not luxuries?
As far as government taxes are concerned, Ham, there's no luxuries there. Though.
Oh, taxes is not a luxury for anybody. But I'm just saying, like, do you pay businesses in which you use them as luxury, but not like the business itself?
Not that I'm aware of. Like, if I'm aware of what you are doing.
So let me go ahead and put it this way. You bought a PS5.
Okay.
They don't sell you games comfortably, but you still support them.
Okay, that's a good point. Also, I use a phone that has been made by slave labor, if we're being honest. Most of us use phones that have been made by essentially slave labor. So
probably most of what we're wearing every day is made by slave labor. So I mean, let's go to
what Ham, thank you. You know what? And this is what I most value about my discussions, and like just our discussions on TSWS. We try to always keep an open mind, and when when I was having this discussion with you, Ham, everything in me was trying to reject what you're saying, but I also have the effort to keep an open mind and heart, and you have changed my mind on engaging with Final Fantasy Racist and all the other Final Fantasy games.
Well, to me, it's just like if is everybody gonna stop buying Volkswagen because of what they did in the past? Like, I mean, no. If the car's affordable, they're gonna buy it. Fuck what they did in the past. It's working for me today. Like, that's how. I mean, it sounds like a sucker thing to do, but just go into your fucking closet and look around and do some research.
We would be naked. We would have we would have nothing. We would have nothing if every single company we engaged with was as white as the driven snow. So, damn.
Yep.
I'm actually changed my mind on this one. Wow. All right.
Yeah, it sucks, but it's a reality.
It's the truth. Yeah. Adidas as well. Yes. Stanley Francois. Adidas as well.
Yeah. Adidas, Nike, all of them suck.
I'm not sure about Nike.
Yes, Nike. Nike has been literally. Well? Just do a quick Google search, bud.
Let me not. Oh yeah, Nike, the sneakers. Shit, I forgot about the sneakers.
Yeah.
Oof, Jordans, bruv. Fucking Jordans. All right. Let's keep it moving.
Just do it because I don't want
to. Bunty says we need to change the subject. He's getting upset. Yeah. The world is not a pretty place.
Next. Look, next.
All right. Next, we have EA EA has added 9 of its classic PC titles to Steam, including Dungeon Keeper, Populous, SimCity 3000, The Saboteur, and more. So, this is from VG247. For anyone that's noticed, we have been veering away from websites like Kotaku, etc. for IGN. The reasons. No, IGN has not sullied their reputation by coming out and playing defense force for the company that shall not be named. So until IGN does that, and this is a challenge to you, Ham.
They've never done that.
Yeah, that's a challenge to you and to everyone else. Until IGN comes out and is as disingenuous as everyone else, talking about, oh, these guys are the victims, when everyone knows and there's evidence that the so-called victims are the ones who fired the first shot. They were Han Solo in this situation, right?
Hey,
until
leave my brother from another mother out of this.
And from another galaxy. Until IGN comes out and does that, we're still going to be sourcing from IGN. Here we go. Electronic Arts has added a series of its classic PC games to Steam for the first time. These titles, all of which feature the most recent patches, include SimCity 3000 Unlimited, Dungeon Keeper 2, Command & Conquer, and The Saboteur, which we really enjoyed back in the day. So if you scroll down here on the article, there's the full list. Do you mind scrolling down a little? There we go. That's the full list of games. Ham, what are your thoughts on this news?
Don't care. I don't want to play any of them, but that's cool.
Okay, so why I think it's interesting.
I mean, it's good because they're still alive, so it's good on that end. But in the sense of like, what does it do for me? Nothing.
Okay, so the reason why this is important, in my opinion, is because of game preservation.
That's what I just said.
And PC is where it's at. I'm capping for the PCMR right now. If you care about your purchases and ownership, stop buying games on console. Buy them on PC. Buy them on GOG. Don't buy them on Steam, because on Steam things can still happen. Go to GOG, buy the games there. This has been a public service announcement by GOG.com. Silent Cypher with Super Chat says IGN is always disingenuous, Loke. Knock it off.
Facts.
No, they're not. They're sometimes wrong, right? But they are not going to put out a false article, literally lying about something that happened. That's not what's going to happen. They're going to give their opinion, and people can parse through and say that they disagree. But they're not going to lie.
Sometimes they just forget. Sometimes they just forget important information.
Vincent Vega, I did see the sale, but I haven't pulled the trigger. But I did see the sale. I go on GOG like for 10 minutes almost every single day. My wish list is gigantic. But yeah, I have seen it. Cheers. All right, let's keep it moving since Ham doesn't care about any of these games.
Nope.
Multiversus is back in Unreal Engine 5 and launching May 28th. So here we go. Another game that got released and unreleased. Shout out to the digital future, I guess. Multiversus has returned from a near 1-year hiatus. That's what we're calling it now. Hiatus. With a release date announcement, the game is set to launch on May 28th with new character stages and a port to Unreal Engine 5. This news came via a short 3-minute video in which game director Tony Ham, I can't be the only one to try and say this name. You have to try it as well. Tony
Hoon?
What is that? Han?
It looks like Hoon.
All right, Tony Hoon. Let's go with that. Tony Hoon broke down all the new features coming to the game when it eventually launches later this year. This includes new PvE mode that'll apparently offer unique rewards to those who sit down and give it a go. Stegmo is in the chat.
Stegmo's been here. He's here at the beginning of the show.
Well, Ham. Daylight savings.
You weren't. Sorry, you weren't here at the beginning of the show.
Ham, you're not about to Kotaku this one, all right? You're not going to twist the truth, all right? The truth
I'm not.
Yeah. You're trying. You're trying. Okay. Add in all the context. Daylight savings. I was not given full warning, etc., etc. Come on, you can do it. You can do it, Ham. Welcome, Stackmore.
The most important country.
Oh, fuck off.
My problem.
Stackmore, we missed you, sir. I have missed you deeply. Welcome to TSWS. Welcome to the Lowdown, man. It's been a minute. Nice profile picture, man. Appreciate it.
He wants to sit and share John Cena photos with you.
I think Twitter's done that already. Twitter's done. MD Doug says it was cool. Thoughts on Multiversus coming back?
It's just Smash Brothers that you can play on PlayStation or Xbox. It's not anything that exciting for me.
Wait,
I like what?
No, go ahead.
No, I just like the game was fine. I just don't really care too much about it. I'm not going to be jumping to play it anytime soon. I can tell you that much.
God damn!
What? It's
this
just,
super chat.
Dude,
this super chat is vicious. No, I'm not talking about you, Ham. Check out Silent Cypher's super chat. That's vicious. That is heartless.
Meanwhile, IGN has been on a 1-decade hiatus from reporting the truth. Oof.
That is.
I mean, no lies detected, right?
Wrong, Ham. Fucking wrong. Look at the smirk on your face. You are having too much fun with that super chat.
I'm not having fun. I'm just smiling.
Oh, man. Bunty encouraging says facts. Oh, goodness.
Look, you're the only one that writes for them, and you just happen to be the only supporter.
Anyways, let's move
Pretty,
on from
it's pretty
multiverses.
ironic.
Let me get this. Oh my goodness. Let me put the super chat back up because that's just wow. Anyways, the next story. Epic will charge non-game developers $1,850 per seat to use Unreal Engine. So this applies to companies making linear content like TV shows and immersive experiences. Here we go. This is from Engadget. I did a deep dive on video game websites, and there's a lot more to choose from just Kotaku and The Verge and stuff like that. Anyways, here we go. Epic Games has announced a new price structure for non-game developers to use its Unreal Engine. After teasing the change last year, the Fortnite developer will charge an annual per seat subscription of $1,850. The term per seat is tech nomenclature that effectively means a person using the software. These changes will go into effect with the release of Unreal Engine 5.4 in late April. Thoughts?
Truth hurts, Loke.
What you mean with truth? Oh, I wasn't even checking the chat this whole time. I was just reading the article.
Well, it says non-game developers, so like when it comes to gaming, I'm not worried about it at all. It just seems like they're trying to get money in different ways, and they see that they have, a pretty, expansive product that can be used outside of what its purposes were for mainly or earlier in its lifetime. So I don't have any problem with this. I mean, 1850 sounds steep to me, but for a business, I'm sure it's not that big. I mean, but that doesn't go without saying. It's a fee, and nobody likes fees.
I think it's very fair because that's why they exist. They exist for the gaming devs, and if this helps to lower the price for the devs, that's a double win.
Hey, if it keeps them from doing what Unity did, more power to them.
Yes, because what you're doing is you're taxing the people that don't really engage for what the thing is for. Like the main reason
frauds.
Unreal appears, or the main reason Unreal exists is for game development. So I'm 100% okay with this. So another topic me and Ham agree on. This is
get them
boring.
frauds out of here.
This is very boring. All right, moving on. Video games.
It was great until you got here.
Whatever, dog. Finally.
It was even better video before we got trailers. To this website.
Again, Ham. IGN has not come out capping or playing defense for racists and harassers. All right.
Okay.
So until they do, until they do, let's leave IGN alone. So next we have a trailer for Astra Knights of Vader.
I remember when Loke was like, it's pretty embarrassing that one of the head of IGN is out here talking reckless and propping PlayStation up. I remember when you were really disheveled, Loke. But let's forget about those days, right?
Anyways, Astra Knights of Vader.
Performance.
Oh, this guy. All right.
How about that?
Astra Knights of Vader is a 2.5D action Souls-like RPG developed by Flint. Players will embody one of the Knights of Vader and embark on an adventure to rid the world of a dark plague enacted by a dark ritual performed by the Mad King. This game is launching on PC for pre-registration, opening on March 5th. So it's already open for pre-registration. All right, go.
Where do you want me to go?
Nah, as long as you press play. Loke is moving the goalpost real hard. Cypher.
Well, are you interested in this game, Luke?
I thought it was interesting in and of itself.
Well,
So
just answer the question, but are you interested in this game?
yes. And it's weird because it's a 2D game, but
2.5
sure. It's not 3, but yeah.
means you
It
can go up
looks
and down just a little bit.
yeah, well, from the little that we saw, I'm very interested. What about you?
Nope. I'm ready to keep moving.
God damn. Okay. Next we have Activision's Union. This is from Engadget. Activision's Union with 600 members is now the biggest one in video games. That means Microsoft is still home to the largest union in the video games industry. So here's a couple key snippets from the article from Engadget. The number of unionized workers from Microsoft's video game subsidiaries keeps growing, and the latest group to join the pool is the largest one yet. Approximately 600 quality assurance workers at Activision have joined the Communications Workers of America, making them the biggest certified union in the U.S. video game industry. They're also the first Activision workers to organize under the agreement between Microsoft and the CWA. If you recall, Microsoft agreed to respect the right of Activision Blizzard workers to unionize as part of its efforts to secure regulatory approval for its $68.7 billion acquisition of the video game developer. So that acquisition is still biting them in the ass. Still biting them in the ass. With all the layoffs that have been going on, we were talking about the need for even more unionization.
Yeah.
Is this a drop in the bucket or a trend that we're going to see like increase and keep getting better or worse depending on which side you're on?
I kind of think it's a little bit of both. Like, I think it's a drop in the bucket to where it's like, this is only so helpful for such a small amount, right? If that's what you meant by dropping the bucket, because 600 members isn't that much, like in the span of the entire industry, right? I mean, it's just like saying, this. I don't know. It's just like saying like one Goodyear plant, represents Michelin and Toyo and all these other, like it's still a ton of different other tire companies and whatnot with employees there and stuff like that. So like this is a drop in the bucket in that sense, but in the sense of it being kind of transformal or kind of I guess a proverbial kick of the dominoes where the domino effect just starts knocking down. I think that we got a lot of time before something like that happens, because you got to remember, like, this is an industry that reaches outside of just one country. Is a worldwide industry. So the way that we handle and the way that we look at security and being able to keep a job and lifestyle is a ton different than what a China would end up doing, or a Taiwan or Japan or anything like that, Russia. So I mean, I think this is more or less an American trend, and maybe even a European trend.
A Western trend.
Yeah, more of like a Western trend than it's gonna be like a worldwide like push.
Yeah. I partially agree with you.
Now,
also,
hold on real quick.
Yeah.
The only one way it could become a bigger trend is if some of these other like let's say Xbox opens divisions in Africa and and all these other places. Maybe they want to run something more uniform to where everything kind of makes sense. You can transfer this person from here from A to B without their job, being too much of a difference,
affected.
or their benefits and everything being a wash from one place to another. But other than that, if we're anticipating something like small companies, or not small companies exactly, but smaller companies than a Microsoft to do something like that, I think that's a little I don't know, kind of putting the egg before the chicken, I guess.
I think because it's not profitable until they find a way to weave it into government tax breaks or something like that. This is not going to take off because, like most things, it's just about profitability. And unions don't give money to anyone except the
They're about
workers.
safety.
Yeah, it only gives money to the workers. And whenever something is faced towards the workers, whether it's right or wrong, it doesn't get much traction. It's a miracle it even like exists right now. But I have to agree with you, Ham. This one, it's a drop in the bucket, but I also slightly disagree with you because I don't think this is going to keep moving forward. At some point, it's just gonna stagnate and die.
I
Let's
think
be
it'll
honest, it's
stagnate,
game.
but I don't think it'll die. Like, I think depending on really just how these companies manage to, make money while keeping things safe. Like, one thing that you hear about Nintendo is that they don't fire and hire a ton, right? They kind of keep their business, or they try to keep things, or the people that are there as long as possible because they think that they're the best people for the positions and they don't want to move them around, right? So
Mm,
I think that could possibly become more popular, and maybe unions could be that thing that help them see the industry the same way that maybe a Nintendo does. So because I think right now it's just way too volatile and fluctuating constantly to where nobody can really get off of work and be like, man, I I can't wait to do this for the rest of my life. Like, no one's saying.
yeah. I just want to quickly respond to Richie's question here. It's an assertion, really. It says, let's be honest, if a game developer is offered a job in the USA, Canada, in Europe, will they stay in Africa? Me personally, and a lot of people that I know, would never want to live in these places. And Ham, me and you have had a discussion about this like several years ago, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I don't want to live in a place where I'm the big black guy in the room. In Africa, I'm just a guy. So I would, if something were to happen, God forbid something happens in Mozambique, and it's untenable, and I need to move somewhere. I'd rather move to South Africa, Nigeria, Namibia, Botswana, Zambia, a whole host of African nations before I look at the US as a viable option, or the UK, or the US, or Europe, for me to live and for me to raise my children. I guess it's different for you guys because you guys see, when you guys look at Africa, you see desolation, death, all this other stuff. As someone that lives here, this is a great place to be. All right. I would miss the hell out of living here. And the few times I've been to the US and to Europe, it just got cemented in my mind. Like, yeah, this is definitely a place to hang out, but I'm not living here. Hell no. That's just me personally. Anyways, moving on here with the topics. Voin is another game trailer. Let's go. A single developer has created Voin, a new first-person dark fantasy action RPG with violent combat and high-speed traversal. A representative described it to IGN as Doom, Diablo, and Neon White having a baby at a goth rave party.
That gap was uncomfortable. What's more,
What? What was uncomfortable? Oh my God. Silent Cipher, this was unnecessary. Well, yeah, I mean, why would you ever want to live anywhere other than Texas, look? Okay. Okay. All right. So let's see the trailer for Voin.
I don't know.
This one gives me Metal Hellsinger vibes,
Yeah,
but
I
with
agree.
better graphics,
I agree.
right? Without the rhythm, but better graphics.
Yeah, it
You know,
reminds me of Metal Hellsinger, and I don't know.
you're not feeling
Maybe
it?
a little bit of Immortals of Avium. Kind of what it reminds me of.
Yeah,
Both
yeah.
of
Hey,
those.
speaking of which, Immortals of Avium, $8 on
Yep.
Xbox. Even I fucking bought that thing. It's in the
I think
backlog, but I
yeah,
bought it.
it's a good
So
game. It's definitely worth more than that. It's just too bad that it came out in the worst
what
possible.
happened?
It
But
just
eight
came out in
dollars,
the worst
bro.
possible time. Yeah, man. Just shouldn't have came out in the middle of the game of the year in Starfield,
Yeah.
Armored Core. Like it
Fuck.
came like even whatchamacallit, Remnant 2, just like it came out before all of those and it still kind of got left in the dust. And that's a
Yeah.
great game. That and Remnant 2
Bad
was a game
timing.
people were looking forward to, so that's fucking nuts.
Yeah. Anyways, Vaughn, thoughts, Ham?
It looks fine. It looks like something that I'd give a try to, but not something I'm running out to buy.
All right. So would you get it if it was like $30, or does
No,
it have to be on Game Pass?
that's like a $20 game that I'd give a try.
$20.
Yeah, yeah, I'd get it while it's on sale for like $20, or something like that. It's like I said, it's just not something that I'm running out and needing to play.
All right.
This isn't.
All right. Looks great to me, but okay.
It looks like a
Um,
fun time. It just I don't know. Like
mm,
I'd probably rather play Immortals of Avium than that. To be honest.
yeah, Immortals of Avium is a better. Did you finish Immortals of Avium?
Nope, I haven't even finished that game yet.
Damn. Timing, guys. Timing is everything.
It is.
All right. So
I would have been
after
finished that game if it came out when it was supposed to.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let's trash Xbox marketing one more time. Next, we have Microsoft's Game Pass now supports Boosteroid, a third-party game streaming service.
Yeah, we've seen this deal come out when Microsoft and Activision were trying to get purchased. So this is nothing new, but continue. Please read the article. Sorry.
Yeah, Microsoft is deepening its ties with the Ukrainian. Oh, it's Ukrainian.
Yep.
The Ukrainian cloud gaming company Boosteroid, beginning today. Xbox Game Pass subscribers, PC and Ultimate, with a Boosteroid membership can stream Game Pass titles along with supported titles purchased through the Microsoft Store on Windows. Some eligible games include Deathloop, Dishonored, Dishonored 2, Dishonored, Death of the Outsider, Gears 5, Gears Tactics, yeah, okay, Ghostwire Tokyo, and Pentiment. Xbox games on Boosteroid support cross-play and cross-save with PC and Xbox consoles. Microsoft says it will continue adding more hits and fan favorites. Boosteroids first began supporting Microsoft PC game purchases last year. Go ahead.
I mean, like I said, this was an article, or not an article, but this was the thing that was happening during
The deal.
the deal. So we already knew that this was coming. There's Boosteroid. There was like another like Ubitus. There's a few different things. There's Nvidia. There's a deal with them. I'm excited to see the deal flourish further with Nintendo. I'm ready to see how that Call of Duty looks on there. I'm ready to get to chuckle a little bit.
Yeah, Call of Booty. Gears 5 was bad, but Hive Busters was pretty good. Yes, facts.
Hive Busters was
Fact.
heat.
Oh my goodness. Hive Busters
great.
was. Hive Busters had me busting. Utonic is a streaming service with many games. All right. EA is great at releasing games and just letting them die. It's gross. RIP Immortals of
lying.
Avium Part 2. Since we're talking about Immortals of Avium, might as well get into it. Do you think we're going to get a sequel?
No.
What if with this reduction of $8, right? What if suddenly they have like 20 million sales?
Then they'll have 20. Then that guy will have more money than he had yesterday.
It's still no sequel.
No, I don't think we're getting a sequel for that game. I think you want to move on to a new project to try to see if something else might hit a little harder. I don't know why you would lower your price all the way to $8 in less than a year after launching in a bad time and then think, oh, you know what? Let's try it again.
It looked like a like a glitch. I was like, this is not real.
Yeah.
So someone probably fucked up, but it's real.
Oh,
You
it's
can go
very
and
real.
buy it right now for $8. EA killed Titanfall franchise with Titanfall 2. FEA for that. Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Poison
I'm not mad.
Maniac has got some strong feelings here.
It deserved.
Damn. All right. Rachie, I've opened the tab for Utonic, and we'll look. Well, I'll look into it another time, because it's important, especially now that I'm sitting here in another province and I don't have either one of my consoles. My PC is okay, but my Steam library is not great, and I don't have all the money in the world to just start buying up games on Steam. Anyways, so we finished here with Boosteroid. Microsoft, do better with your marketing. Everyone should know about Boosteroid. Anyways, next we have Meta will delete all Oculus accounts later this month. When I saw this, I was like, what the hell? But let's read the article. The final nail in the coffin for Oculus branding is coming, as Meta announced today that those who fail to migrate their Oculus account to a Meta account will lose access to all their games and in-app purchases at the end of the month. Oh, okay. So they're not just taking it away, they're giving you a chance to preserve it. Okay. In an email sent out to some Quest users, Meta warned that if you do not integrate your Oculus account into a Meta account by March 29th, so you guys still have time, not only will it delete your account, but you will lose access to anything from the account, including games, DLC, achievements, and store credit. I was about to shit on Meta, but good guy, Meta,
I mean, it's fine. I mean, as long as, they're advertising that stuff on the platforms that they have this stuff on, say, hey, make sure you get this stuff out of there. That'd be nice. But I mean, they're out here telling you what they're going to do. I already knew that they gave up the branding for Oculus. So they did that a while back.
So anyone that hasn't migrated, it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, the only reason you wouldn't have migrated yet is because you don't ever use it. So.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn you that shit on and figure it out, but
yeah, why are you investing all that money into it and then you don't use it? That's not a good investment plan. Sour blow with the salt right off the bat. If the Raiders get another season, Avium should definitely get another shot. This guy thinks he's funny. All right, welcome in, Sour blow. Appreciate you for coming in to the lowdown. Vincent says, I mean, they could just migrate the database, billion-dollar data aggregator. But that would cost them more money, though. It's about making money. It's not about making your life convenient, Vince. It's about making money. So if you're going to lose more money doing A, then do B. Pass the cost or the time investment to the customer. It's a smart business. It's not a good look, but it's just smart business. Why hasn't Phil asked? Why hasn't anyone asked Phil in an interview about their marketing? That I don't understand it. This is Xbox, the marketing episodes. The Pico 4. Oh my goodness. Why, Ham?
That's what you Raider fans like, is shit like this. Don't make no damn sense. Look at that garbage.
That's not even a real Raider ad. Someone just decided to do a funny.
That's real Raiders right there. Those are real Raider fans, though.
I get that off the screen now. Did Sour Blow send you this?
No, I didn't. Funny that you're worried, though.
Anyways, let's move on. Empty Vessel is a new studio from id Software, Naughty Dog, and Activision veterans. As the games industry continues to navigate a tumultuous period, a new studio has been formed by folks behind some of the biggest franchises in the business. Empty Vessel touts itself as the new wave of gaming and is currently hiring for its first project. Empty Vessel was announced today with the unveiling of its official website and Twitter X profile. Its current roster includes Mick the Legend Gordon, composer known for his work on the Doom and Wolfenstein series. Other team members bring experience from franchises like Uncharted, Borderlands, Tomb Raider, and The Last of Us. A statement on the site's front page lays out the studio's objective. Ham, I'm excited for this one. I am super, super excited. What are your thoughts on this?
I'm not that excited yet. I need to see something. It's cool. It's cool, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like, you know, when it's cool that Taco Bell opens up near your near your area. Like, it's like, oh, that's pretty cool. They got a Taco Bell near my house, right? Now that you think that's pretty nice, and then you go there and you eat, and you're like, oh, this is fucking not made right. So like so I'm waiting. I'm waiting to see what the food looks like before I get excited.
Damn. Well, you know how people like to fanboy for consoles, but this is TSWS gaming, so let's fanboy for games, Ham.
I'm waiting for a game.
Yeah, but they just formed the studio, bro.
That's fine.
So I'm just saying, right? Like, think positive, right?
I am thinking positive. You know, I'm not blown away though. I got to see what they're working with first. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you can tell me that, yo, we're going to the strip club, and I can get excited. But if I walk in and I see something I don't like, then, you know, then I lost all my excitement. What happens if I went in there all scoped and whatnot, and I see the nastiest thing on the pole I'd have never seen, and they charging $25 for a beer? Like, let me up out of this bitch. This is crazy.
Wow. Okay. I guess I'm not going to be fanboying about potential games that are coming. So, all right.
I mean, maybe we should have been excited for Deviation Studios too.
There's a good reason I didn't bring that up.
They got closed down before they got closed down before even the game trailer was shown.
Yeah, but they were under PlayStation, right? And PlayStation's not been doing well. PlayStation hasn't been doing well for a minute.
What's that got to do with anything, Loke?
Everything.
It's a new studio. Shouldn't I be excited?
Under PlayStation.
Gaming, we get excited for shit that we ain't seen yet.
Because it's not under PlayStation now. All right.
Whatever. Who cares if it is under PlayStation? Who cares if it is under PlayStation?
Well, for me, this is the shift that I said was coming. Well, last year, when the layoffs were happening, and when even more layoffs came out this year, We're going to see a lot more devs open their own indie studios, and the gaming industry will be just fine because AAA is going to keep putting their foot in their mouth with garbage releases and losing money, and then the independent devs are going to make banger double A games like
AI will
Ronin.
get more involved in games, and they
Yeah.
won't need as many people to help. And yeah,
That doesn't sound
that part.
terrible. That doesn't sound terrible. Oh, Raichi, that's messed up. Says I'm very excited for this new studio called The Initiative. Yeah, they still haven't produced anything. Oh my god, Ham. Every single time. Is that what you're gonna do? Every single time.
I'm just trying to keep your excitement high.
Son of a, oh my lord. Like I can't say anything.
I'm trying to
And
keep it.
IGN's gonna get dragged out. Dude, this whole screen, Ham. Let me screenshot this. This whole screen is just how to take a dump on Loke. Put the Raider meme and then some slander about IGN. Y'all are really trying to trigger me today. IGN hasn't been doing well for a bit either, Loke. Thank you so much for the super chat, Silent Cypher. Really appreciate that. Anyways, empty vessel is empty, I guess, until they produce something. Moving on. Outcast, A New Beginning, official. So here's another video game trailer. It's all about video games, y'all. It's all about the video games. Outcast, Ham, not Taxi Life.
Oh, whoops. God dang it. You can't hear that, can you?
It's like someone's knocking. There's a knocking sound.
There you go. There's Outcast.
Wow. This looks mid as fuck. Not feeling it. Not feeling it at all. Oof. The mechanics when you're walking up the stairs is not great. God. Ham. Yo, you guys are really going. Ham, you're muted. You're muted, Ham.
Oh, I was gonna say let's run it back one more time. It reminds me of the latest Saints Row, but in the middle of a jungle.
Oh, it doesn't look good.
That's not a good sign.
Oof.
Like I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like
And
Saints
then
Row mixed with Avatar.
Yeah. Poison Maniac says looks like a IGN article.
Oh shit.
After I said it was mid, he said looks like an IGN article. That's messed up.
He said it looks pretty rough. I got you.
Rather show us the newest
I don't know, man.
Stellar Stairs. I think you meant Stellar Cheeks.
So it comes out in 3 days, huh?
Yeah. The way you said it, man, like zero excitement. Jeez.
I mean, I haven't heard about this game until today, and not exactly enthused.
Until today. Okay. Since we all know that not recommending a game is harassment in 2024, we're not going to say that we don't recommend this game. All right.
Well, yeah, I'm not recommending it. I'm just saying good luck.
That's also harassment, Ham. You have to encourage and say positive
I am
things.
encouraging, just before you go into a race, I tell you good luck.
Good luck.
Now, right before you get into this interesting new beginning, I'm telling you good luck.
All right. Good luck to everyone
Have a
that
great
decides.
time.
Yeah. We're
Let
not
me
gonna
know
do it,
how
but
it
good
was.
luck. Yeah. We're not gonna buy this game, but good luck. Big
I would
Man
be
Mose
scared to
says
give
take
it a
that off the
try.
screen. This makes Foam Stars look like a quadruple A game.
Stop it. All right, now you're tripping. I would easily play that game before Foam Stars. Ain't not a chance. That's disgusting. I'm not taking that bullshit. Take that up out of there. Get that up out of here.
Poison Maniac's not feeling it says, I encourage you to save your money. All right. Officially, Poison Maniac is harassing the developers of
All right, let's move on.
that game.
Jesus Christ.
Moving on. It's not Taxi Life, bro. It's Giant Skull.
Giant Skull. Well, that's not
Yeah.
the next one that's up.
It is the one that I sent on the DMs. Embrace the foam? No. No, we shall not be embracing the foam.
Oh, Giant Skull. Okay, right here.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
All right, so let's. Giant Skull is a new studio again from former Star Wars Jedi Survivors Jedi series director. It's almost 6 months to the day since Jedi series director Stig Asmussen announced he would be leaving Respawn Entertainment. The departure was shocking given that Asmussen had expressed a desire to see Cal Kestis' story through to the end, but publisher Electronic Arts still wished him luck in his future endeavors. Those future endeavors were revealed on Tuesday, with Asmussen revealing his new game development studio, Giant Skull. So this is a quote, right? The Giant Skull studio culture is founded on creativity and curiosity, Asman said via press release. We have assembled a talented team renowned for immersive storytelling, heroic combat, and exhilarating traversal, and our goal is to craft a rich universe that players will want to lose themselves in for years to come. Giant Skull roster of talent includes CTO John Carr, who worked as the technical director on Star Wars Jedi Survivor, art director Patrick Murphy, who previously worked as art director on Fortnite, Valorant, League of Legends, and more, lead producer Lauren McLemore, former lead producer on Fortnite. Okay, this looks like it's going to be an online game. Design director Jeff Magers, who previously worked with Asmussen on the Star Wars Jedi series, animation director Brian Campbell, an original member of the Fortnite team, and COO CFO Anthony Scott, who previously served in similar roles with Rocksteady Studios and Unbroken Studios, the latter of which assisted with development on Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. The Giant Skull crew is currently working on its debut project, which is expected to be a single-player action title that runs on Unreal Engine 5. So expected to be. They did not confirm that that's what they're making.
Yep.
Silent Cypher says, please let this game manage their budget and release in less than 5 years, please. Ham, thoughts on Skull Giant?
Cool. That's my thought on it. It's like, cool, I feel the same way as I do about the last one that we just got done talking about. I need to see something.
All right, moving on. Taxi Life. Finally, I haven't been really wanting to put this one up on screen.
No, I just kept thinking it was the next one. I'm starting to get tired. I've been here for 3 hours.
We do have to do this one. Then we can hop on out of here. Get a deep dive into the management gameplay of Taxi Life, a city driving simulator including car types, buying new cars with profits, catering to customers' needs, and hiring employees based on their profile, as well as assigning them cars, neighborhoods, and time slots as you create and manage your own taxi company
This is
in
like
Barcelona.
Uber, fucking the manager edition.
Boogeyman, what's happening? What's happening?
I'm not sure. I'm all set on this game. Ooh, you could pick the rig. You can show up stunting on, the person that you're picking up. Like this cab driver had Fiji water.
I'm trying not to laugh too hard because I'm in a hotel. But
this is fine. This isn't something I'm buying.
Well, you should know, Ham, that I got the code for this, and I will be reviewing it.
Will you really?
Yeah, I did.
Are you going to be reviewing it for our channel?
I'll do it for our channel. Yes, our channel as well as a specific website.
Right. Okay. Cool. Yeah, do that. I'd love to hear how you feel about breaking the law in taxis. Look at this dude.
I'm seeing drifting.
Look at this dude.
What the fuck?
This man just Vin Diesel is behind the wheel again. The Wheelman Part 2.
This time it's a taxi though.
This time he's fired if he leaves his vehicle.
Dude, I'm excited for this game because, as you know, I like management type games, and this one is an interesting premise. It's not like the truck driver simulator games where it's simulating you driving only, whereas this one you're managing the company. So
that's great.
Good times. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of this game. Right. This is really going outside.
This is innovation. For those people looking for innovation, this is innovation. No need to change skin colors or anything else. Just give us different premises and settings.
What color do you want your cab? That's it.
There you go. And what other game? This is an entirely new genre. What other game do you drive and manage a taxi company? That's.
I mean, there's Crazy Taxi, but there's no management in that game.
Thank you. Oh, Silent Cypher says he can't wait for Taxi Life. You got it, man. You got it. I should have my review out. I should have it by next week. We'll see.
You're gonna get what you've been waiting for, bud.
Anyways, we're just over 3 hours. Yeah, Loke, the kind of guy to enjoy Truck Simulator 20. No, actually, I don't enjoy the Truck Simulator games. They don't really do it for me, but I have given them a go. Anyways, just over 3 hours. It's been a fun show. Apologies for not being here for the first hour. I was not aware of the whole daylight savings thing, that it was back to normal, right? So, yeah, pretty much, Boogie. Taxi Life is as much game of the year as Power Washing Sim. Yeah. Anyways, Ham, this was fun, as usual. Do you want to add anything before we do the outro?
Oh, man, don't be late next time, sucker.
Next time you guys change the time. Next time you guys change the time in your country, right? Notify me, Ham, because we don't change the time.
How about you just Africa, look it up and put it in your calendar?
No, I will not do that. Anyways,
well, then you can call it your problem next time.
This guy. All right. Thank you so much for watching the lowdown on TSWS Gaming. Boogie, you were not late. It's just daylight savings. Thank you so much for watching the lowdown on TSWS Gaming, the 62nd episode. We are 7 episodes from the 69th. That's going to be a good one. We do pause. We do this every Tuesday. Wednesdays, so tomorrow, Ham Solo is going to be on Matt Likes Games channel for the Two Player Podcast. Thursday, Ham Solo will be doing an interview with
Crispy Bomb.
With Crispy Bomb for Behind Them Sticks. Friday is going to be the episode for Bullsitting. Me, Ham Solo, Cozy Beluga, Mad Likes Games. Probably Mental's gonna come through the roof or the back door or whatever, and a special guest. We're gonna be chopping it up about video games, entertainment, etc. Saturdays we're all off. Sundays is the gaming log with me and some guests maybe, but sometimes it's just me. It's just me really. Mondays is the crossover with Ham Solo and K Mega. Next week, who's it on? Who is it going to be on TSWS or on K Mega's channel?
TSWS, yeah.
Hey, so make sure to tune in for the crossover. Chat, thank you guys so much for coming through. You guys are the real MVPs. All right, y'all have a good one. Thank you for watching.
Shout out